I'm Pop. I love movies. I laugh. I cry. I enjoy every bit of a film as much as I can to a certain point, but I'm optimistic about finding the awesome things that stand out. Unlike my friend here,
I'm Flix, and I love to critique the crap out of movies. I love movies to death, but with all the crap that Hollywood is putting in our movies nowadays, someone needs to take a stand.
we are Pop-FLIX.
GSH, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Pop-FLIX. I'm Flix.
I'm Pop. Today, we're taking on BVS Dawn of Justice. Flix has chosen the theatrical version of the film, but we have both seen the ultimate cut.
The theatrical cut was picked for two reasons. First, being at 30 minutes shorter than the ultimate cut, this movie is still 2.5 hours long. And second, if you release a movie to theater that's crapped on, and then when the movie comes to DVD, you go, by the way, there's a cut of this movie that makes the main story make more sense, but you cut it for time, but make sure to keep over 30 minutes of other BS. It's totally useless here, because dream sequences are totally in. You can go screw yourself and your whole extended universe. And another thing...
And, calm down. While Flix vents, let's hear a word from our friends at Shudder.
Hey, you!
Me?
Yes, you. Who else would I be talking to, you fat piece of shit?
Oh.
Do you like horror, suspense, and thriller movies?
I'm more like My Little Pony.
Then have we got the streaming service for you? Shudder!
But I said...
With Shudder, you get unlimited, ad-free streaming of great thriller, suspense, and of course, horror for only $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year.
Oh, that is cheap.
Shut the hell up! That's what I thought. Shudder has the largest and fastest growing human-curated selections of thrilling and dangerous entertainment, and it updates weekly. Let's see what's on.
Wait, what? Oh my god, that guy just got his head chopped off. He just slit that woman's throat and is ripping out her still beating heart, it looks like. Yep. That was a heart he just pulled out. Oh, a shower scene. Yeah. Oh, she just got stabbed.
Shudder has a unique collection of exclusive and original films and series, horror classics, and blockbuster hits. How are you doing?
My little pony, my little pony.
Well, remember, you can stream it on all your favorite devices, like your iPad, right when you wake up. Or your Xbox One. Or your iPhone.
Oh, come on! Okay, just give me your phone. It's an Android, right?
Also, Android devices.
Jesus Christ!
Go to shudder.com/podcast. That's SHUDDER.com/podcast. And use the promo code CPLUS to get your 30-day trial free. And start watching now. With a goddamn dildo!
Better?
Yeah. This movie's also rated PG compared to the R one, so...
Did that one get an R?
Yeah, the Ultimate Edition got an R.
It did get an R, huh?
You got an R for pretty much one stupid scene where Batman chucks a dude's back with his head against a wall and it bleeds a little.
Rat Pack Entertainment. But I actually do like BVS.
But why is the Rat Pack Entertainment thing done in the same shape as the DC
logo?
thing?
The DC Band-Aid that I really hated when they did that. Hey, look. Exactly what we needed.
Who doesn't want another? Okay, so this is fair though. This is the first funeral we're seeing for the Waynes.
Yes, very true. I didn't mind this that much. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, why?" It's like seeing
Uncle Ben die again.
Uncle Ben die again. I was like, yeah, to an extent, but I like this better because it. I never get tired. I never get tired of how somebody's interpretation of how Bruce took it. In the interpretation of how it's shot and stuff like that, and I always like little things. I always look for like Zorro. That's definitely what they saw that night, and
But okay. So my only thought against that though is had it just shown the scene of him running as a child and then falling down the hole and then seeing the bats, I would have been okay with it because, you're under the assumption that you know what happens to his parents. So I had a funeral.
I don't know what happened to his parents.
You literally just said that you...
I know.
But either way...
The Teen Titans shoved him into the crime alley.
Put the necklace on Martha, too.
Oh, yeah. That got dark.
But no, you just show his running away from his problems and then falling down the hole. I'd have been okay with that, but you're re-showing his parents getting killed again. I
saw groans popped up. I was like, was that for you?
No, but let's see. As far as movie goes...
The comedian.
Yep, the comedian died tonight. No, the very first movie, you see them shot by Jack Napier, the Batman movie. Mm-hmm. Then in Batman Forever, he keeps having these flashes of his parents dying when he knocks over the stupid rose.
Oh, man, those are the two things I really hated about in those movies because I didn't mind it in Batman Forever, but then when they did it again in Batman and Robin, I was like, is it necessary?
Did they? No, yeah. I don't think they at all brought up his trauma with his...
Yeah, they did it like once. And I think they brought up that stupid red book again.
The only thing I remember is Alfred and a young Bruce over a grave, like looking over a grave. But regardless, then in Batman Begins, you see Thomas get shot and Martha. But now you see it again.
But that was done in origin style. This is...
But truth, that's 4 times prior to this movie? Well, yeah, if we're talking Batman and Robin, it's 4 times prior to this movie that we've got to see his parents killed. How many times have we seen Uncle Ben shot?
Twice.
3 times.
Is it 3?
Well, so you've got Spider-Man.
Okay.
The Tobey Maguire one.
Okay.
Then you have the Amazing Spider-Man,
yes.
Which, that's Michael Douglas getting shot. Or Martin Sheen.
You always get those two mixed up.
God, there's like multiple actors that I just mixed up. But in Spider-Man 3, you actually see him get shot
again.
By Flint Marko.
That was...
That's what I'm saying, though, is if we're counting... Because I kind of consider the Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher movies kind of a big kind of connected universe. Where some things are from the other ones. Like, because the same guy plays Alfred in all 4 movies. And the same guy plays Commissioner Gordon in all 4 movies. Yet you couldn't get the same guy to play Batman for all 4 movies.
Fun fact, though, Burton was going to do 3.
Yeah.
And it was titled Batman Eternal or something like that. Or Eternity or something weird like that. But it was going to have Scarecrow, which was going to be played by Nick Cage. Mm. And Joker was going to come, Mr. What's his name?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson was going to come back and reprise his role as Joker.
Didn't he die at the end of the first one, though?
He was going to come back and haunt. Then they were going to introduce Harley Quinn in that movie.
So,
Triumphant. That's what it was called.
So it was going to be like Arkham City.
And Mankind.
No, not Arkham City.
Superman.
Arkham Knight.
Do you really need a big W on the bottom of your...
Whose helicopter could that possibly be?
And where we left off on Man of Steel.
You know what kind of bothers me about this situation?
What?
He's not in the Batcopter.
Yeah, I wish it would have been cooler, like, if he was dressed up as Batman, And that's how we introduce ourselves to this Bat character?
Yeah, like him flying through the city trying to get there, but something like he sees Wayne Tower going down and tries to save it, loses the people in it, and like he still saves, Legless Jim or whatever his name is later on. Like he still saves him, but loses this guy.
Yeah, whoever this guy is. Apparently he was important. Jack. His name's Jack.
But I think the dumbest thing is... Oh, boss wants us out! Wait, that giant thing destroying the city behind us is not good enough reason to get out? We had to wait for Bruce Wayne's...
You read the policy book.
You're right.
You're right. He is the boss.
Super villains and alien attacks, we need to...
And I noticed Batman always has this thing about wrecking other people's cars.
Dude, seriously? Like, in The Dark Knight?
Yeah, when he's going through and, like, knocking off all those side windows.
No, he's just blowing up the cars.
Yeah.
Remember, he's just blowing them up, and there's these kids, like, sitting in the car playing and shooting stuff. I was like, what if there's kids in the other cars?
I would hate waking up the next day and be like, oh! But then there's a nice check sitting at your thing, like, sorry.
It's got, like, a little bat stamp on it.
I get carried away in the moment.
Better than a bat credit card.
Oh, yes. Never leave home without it. Or the stupid, should I make you something, sir? I'll get drive-through.
Then they made a drive-through commercial.
Yeah.
With that.
I remember that. Oh, look at Ben looking so epic.
I don't know. I feel like, truth, as well, if this had been a part of Man of Steel... Like, even if you didn't even say who it was, if you just see Ben Affleck dressed like that, driving a car, running through the city, seeing what happens as it's going on, like...
Well, that's the bad thing. And the fact that there was no end credit scene.
Yeah.
And I remember that's how we're setting ourselves apart from Marvel. I'm like, well...
That's the only thing you're trying to do to set yourself apart from Marvel, so...
Yeah, now you're stealing from Marvel in a big bad way. Because their formula works.
Yeah. Well, and that's the truth of it, though, is... It's like, movies... Did you have a loving relationship with Jack? What could have made that so much better?
Is it Alfred?
No! If it was Lucius. You get Morgan Freeman for one bit in the beginning.
That's why I really wish they did the whole...
Nolan-verse added to this one? Yeah.
It would have made, like...
What the hell is this horse doing here?
He's like, so, I was walking around. This is part of The Walking Dead, too.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who's this guy?
Yeah, and then random... Everyone, I remember, like, fan theories is like, this is the Flash. I'm like, then why'd you cut off his legs? That was one of the fan theories. Is like, maybe this is Flash. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Wouldn't it make more sense if it was Cyborg?
Yeah, and I think too the biggest difference between both these movies is his storyline. I'm just gonna stand here while the thing's falling.
Yeah. He like tackles her and it like breaks her neck.
No, he just tackles her and like her whole body goes. Oh, sorry.
He just tackles it and it's just dust and the like steps to the side. There's the scarecrow there.
Yeah, she's like, my mommy up there.
You know what would have been really
up there no more.
You know what would have been really cool if that was the next Robin.
Ooh,
like
look at that.
Although the problem would be now that Superman and Batman are besties,
I'm trying to think. That was when the satellite. They were fighting in space in the satellite. Man, that's a lot of destruction.
The thing that got Batman to stop watching Netflix.
Yeah. Who am I? 18 months later. Random Cabana Boys.
Somewhere in the Indian Ocean.
Somewhere. You gotta give me a... Okay. I like, too, how Kryptonite was introduced.
I don't, because that just pretty much means that, like, this little area of the Earth is off limits to Superman.
when they get married and go vacation, they can't come here.
Come to India.
Hey, where'd you want to go for a honeymoon? Somewhere in the oceans of India.
Okay, let's go see how it is.
Gets in the water.
You have lost to us today, Mr. Man of Steel.
The premise too that of the kryptonite and how in the theatrical version it's just so when we lose the actual story and it's like cut. Here's this guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, strong.
But that also does make me think, like, is there more kryptonite still?
Probably is all over that ocean. That's
Well,
what
no. But they talk about in this movie later how that was the only like big enough chunk to mean anything.
You know what's so funny? After because I only watch the ultimate cut if I can, and it's been a while since I've seen the theatrical. It's funny. Like, wait. Oh, yeah, we jumped to this, huh?
Yeah. Well, in the movie, you don't even know who Jimmy Olsen is.
Yeah,
they completely cut out the fact that, oh my gosh, that's Jimmy Olsen. Although the fact that they made Jimmy Olsen into a CIA operative is a little
odd.
Like, my
then those random dudes on the horses.
Yeah. My thoughts on it though are that maybe Jimmy Olsen is just a what's the right word? Just a code name. Like, where there's operatives that work for the government, and they're,
I'm giving you that look of, like, that's really stupid.
It is, but at the same time, like, that means we could still have another Jimmy Olsen.
For a CIA agent, he's pretty terrible.
I don't know. I mean, the place it was hidden wasn't bad. Although, at this point in time, that's, your cover's blown. You take the gun from the guy in front of you and shoot him in the face.
Yeah, if you're a good CIA agent. He's no Bond.
See, the best place you put it
is in your butt. Ooh, you imagine heating it up too? Like, ooh. Tingly. No, I don't know what's going on. It's okay, Lois. Who are you?
Like, it was her photographer too, so when you first see it, you're just like, is that Jimmy? And then he gets killed. You're like, they can't be Jimmy.
Yeah. Then the ultimate cut, he's like, hey, I'm Jimmy Olsen.
You're like, what the hell?
Do you guys understand? He does play a big part in Superman's role.
Yeah, like he and Superman, he and Clark Kent are like best buddies. Mm-hmm. Although I guess Batman takes that role. Clark, how did you get Bruce Wayne to be your photographer?
Oh man, it's so weird. Like how fast this movie's going. And this is like...
Are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I know it can't go fast enough for you. But it's just weird when you go back and you, as a filmmaker, you just look at these type of things and you imagine with the ultimate cut of how there's some things that are just fleshed out. Mm-hmm. But this one is like, cut. All right, cut.
Well, see, and you see fire behind them, but you don't know what that's from. You don't understand that they burnt the bodies to make it look like they got laser visioned.
Yeah, and if you watch the ultimate cut, they show you what they're doing.
Yeah. Although although that book getting... I didn't even show the drone part. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. See, it's weird, huh?
Yeah, it's just flying by. I'm actually, enjoying the fact that it's flying by. I'm not enjoying the movie, but I'm enjoying the fact it's flying by.
Ooh. I gotta give it up to Hans Zimmer, too, and Junkie XL for this soundtrack. I love the soundtrack so much. I used to cruise around all the time. It was like... And...
He's so many levels of dead.
I was like, is that necessary? You could have just... See, her role in this movie, too.
And this is the only time she's in it.
Yeah. He's bad. So many dead. He came down. And if you guys seen the ultimate cut, this storyline she's talking about right now, about why Superman came down and burned the village, is because it is not explained whatsoever in this cut.
No, well, and that's what makes... This is what pisses me off about it, though, is when you make a theatrical cut of a movie, and then you make an extended, or ultimate in this case, cut, you need to make sure the story still makes sense. There are 30 minutes worth of content they could have cut out from this movie that would not have made it, from the ultimate cut, that would have not have made it make less sense, It would have just been some less fighting. And then if you want the ultimate cut, you get more fighting. Like that's what an extended or ultimate cut should be, not taking away from the story or like adding dramatically to the story, unless you add like a side story.
You remember when they came out, and I remember texting you like, they're doing an ultimate cut. You're like, that'd be interesting. I was like, it's a 3-hour movie now. You're like, what? Then we watched it. We're like, whoa, this was so much better than the theatrical cut.
No, but what is the movie? There's a movie that has an extended cut of the movie, but all that extended cut does is adds a C story.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
But it's the movie's primary story is still the exact same. But there's one or two little tweaks, alterations, and then another side story going on.
They live together now. That love grew fast.
For some reason, was he just I can't get a place anywhere else in the city? Can I
crash at your place?
Crash at your place and bone
No,
you?
you would be better if they played it off as he's just a roommate, but they bone. Yeah, I'm just looking at him you're not Clark Kent. I can see you right behind your glasses.
Yeah. Well, okay, so also here's a big thing about this Superman that really pisses me off is he doesn't care about what other people say. Not that he should be oh my god, they're hurting my feelings. But if there's inaccuracies, he literally works for the paper. And Lois knows who he is.
Well, the fact that he went after Batman, that's wrong. That's blah, blah. I'm you just leveled a city and you just seem like you just don't care.
It's not even just that. It's that you leveled the city, you don't seem to care. You're being blamed for all these things. You don't seem to care. But Batman, somebody else is doing it. Then you care.
Then you care.
That's hypocrisy in the highest standards.
It's Batman is actually cleaning up his city while you just leveled yours and you don't even care.
No. But that's something that's so un-Superman-y, is he should be he has the best outlet in the world of he is dating Lois Lane, or boning her at least, and living in the same place, where he could just be hey, let's just get this story straight, release it to the world. God, I don't care about the romance. I gotta be honest.
I just wanted to see naked Amy Adams, but I guess I'm not.
See when the other one was rated R, when the other cut was rated R, my thoughts were kind of maybe.
Nope. Oh yeah. Oh, we can't see their football game they were watching?
Aww.
I do like the way they introduced Batman. You got to give it up to
They introduced Batman in the right way, Batman.
Yeah.
But it's one of those.
It when I remember seeing this in the theater, I was like, this is cool. Then when they're about to go downstairs and, and just the premise of how dark and gritty this feels like Batman. Mm-hmm. This doesn't feel like a Superman movie.
No. Well, and that's the problem, though, is that even the Superman in this movie doesn't feel like a Superman movie. But
like a devil, and that's what I love about this version of Batman is even the people who are being saved are still afraid. Like this, they're no.
We will stay in our cage, please.
Yeah, he's up there.
I don't understand. Oh, there's horrifying things going on. Okay, so that's why you don't want to leave.
The fact that this mofo is branding people. I just remember sitting back yes, give me new Batman. Give me new gritty Batman. Mm-hmm. Someone who's pissed off,
No, and it's the biggest problem it leans. If this had been the Nolanverse, and it was 20 years after, Batman's been doing this for 20 years, cool. But we're in this universe where evidently Batman's been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
But nobody really cares.
And I think that was the problem. Was when this movie came out, they already established no, Batman's been in the game for 20 years. Where I'm well, you have to play it with all the movies. You have to play around that then.
Mm-hmm.
You automatically okay, this guy's been around for this long, and he already has an established rogue gallery
that you never see outside of the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
There's Deadshot too, but that's not really one of his.
And that's what they tried to do with Suicide Squad. Remember, they're oh, these are all the guys they put away. He put away. Yeah, this part. Just walking in the room, seeing that.
Hey.
What's up? And just how he moves too, just like it's creepy.
Yeah. He almost shoots his friend in the face too.
I saw him. I saw the bat.
I also like how he almost got shot in the face. 2, Batman was just there and he's just like, okay.
You're right, kid.
It's also a little weird how much Caesar, the guy he just got arrested, kind of looks like Jason Momoa.
That'd be awesome if it was him.
Hey, Bats, got something to settle. What?
He just pulls his shirt down. He's like, dick.
He was just like, how did I never notice that before? After this, I just got tattoos all across my chest, so it just blends in.
Where'd you get the tattoos at? In Atlantis? How?
We don't know about anything here. What's going on?
I really did like Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
Yeah.
He was sarcastic, especially in. I love him in Justice League. At least somebody has a date in this house.
It's just, I don't know. My problem with most of the Alfreds is what the comic books have done to them compared to what you get in the movies.
Yeah.
Where comic book Alfred's like a badass fighter, and now movie Alfreds are all like played by older gentlemen. They're gentlemen. And they obviously seem like they were teaching, proper British etiquette. But they still, are just frailer old men.
Yeah. Well, and I like the premise of like, oh, he has a CIA background, but then it's just kind of like, then why did you become a butler?
Yeah.
Like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I like the idea of Michael Caine's Alfred growing and loving Bruce and doing anything to protect him. He can't do much, but he'll do what he can. Like when he put Rachel in the car,
Or when he clubbed the League of Shadow dude with a golf club.
He does what he can, and he tries to be that moral support. Mm-hmm. Then as you go, you get this Alfred's like, I fix all his equipment.
No, well, and it's like all of them are witty though. Like that's a requirement to be an Alfred, is to be a witty guy. Because frickin' the date comment in that movie when Michael Caine knocks out the League of Shadows dude. I hope you don't with the Fire Brigade.
I do like this when he's talking about you're branding people now. Jeez, turns good men cruel.
Well, he's just like he has a point though where he's just, I don't know if they say it in this one, but he's just like, we've always been criminals, Alfred. Like that's just what we are.
Those eggs look so fake.
They look so fake.
I like the fact he's cooking without a shirt.
Douche. What's it gonna do? He could just be like literally be standing with grease there.
I know, but that was just a moment for him to have his shirt off so everybody to see.
Hmm.
And look, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the screen right now, they're showing on TV the guy that got branded, and that was another part of the story that was just kind of cut away. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. And you like this, Lex?
I do. Okay, so everyone out there that is gonna like crap on this. Lex Luthor being played by Jesse Eisenberg makes perfect sense in the time frame that this movie takes place. Because this takes place in 2017, 2016, something like that. Where, the billionaire of the day is eccentric. For the most part. He played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. And it just, that level of eccentric billionaire fits who he is, who Jesse Eisenberg is as a character, and him being put as Lex shifts the modern billionaire, which, in the 90s and early 2000s was thought of these, like, giant stoic men, which is why they had them
portrayed in such a way of being like, I'm rich, and...
Yeah, and I'm a big bulking man that you can't touch.
But still, I want, one of these days, when they do another Superman movie... They're always Warner Bros. Saying they're not going to do anymore now, but come on. If we do rehash Superman, mm-hmm. and I want to see the Lex I've been waiting for my entire life, just like in the animated series, big, buff. He keeps training because he's just so like frazzled by Superman, just like in even though it's a terrible one, Superman Doomsday, when he makes a Superman just so he could beat the crap out of it and be like, you are not supposed to be dead.
You know, also, like, just to the scene, who else in this movie is a prominent character in the comics and especially in the animated series? Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she gets
Watered down
If she gets like
in this movie. Like
one line, maybe. It depends. I don't know. I think in the Ultimate Cut she might get 3, but
we gave you 2 more.
we gave you 2 more.
No more speaking lines for you.
Gosh, like after Deadpool did that, like no more speaking lines for you.
No more speaking lines for you.
There's some actors that I watch in the movies and I'm just like, did they get told that by the director? Did they say like one word and the director's just like, no.
No more speaking lines for you. You couldn't deliver that. Well, you know, I think that's where you would be. You'd be like, no. Shh. You know what? You're going to be quiet this whole scene.
Okay, so in 18 months, part of the city is still being rebuilt, but a lot of it looks repaired. But they still took the time
to make
a
statue.
Giant Superman statue.
I thought everyone hated him. Why did they make a statue?
I don't understand what the world's view is on him, because it seems
there's not enough time in between, you know what I mean? They don't even explain what happened in those 18 months.
I also want to know how
arm strength this guy has?
Well, no. It's how that finger held him up.
Yeah. I remember before this movie, I was really getting hyped because they released this one. My brother collects those pop figures, and it said "False God" on it. I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" And the marketing was like, "We're gritty and raw, and look at the poster. It looks like it's torn, and this and that, because we're different. It's a different type of superhero movie, you know."
Mm-hmm.
And,
hey, look, it's the football game from earlier.
Oh yeah, the one where Gotham lost.
Gotham got its ass kicked. It's
By
like
Metropolis?
58. It's like 58-10. That seems like that should come up easier.
I
Or
know.
just
that
paint over
person's
it.
so lazy though. Just
And Superman's there like,
I don't care. He just built you a statue, bro.
He dresses back up as Superman, flies to the jail cell, stands there. I don't care. It's just like, but what?
He's always so dark and brooding, more than Bruce.
Yeah. I like how that little scene took place during the entire time that Lex was talking to these people, evidently.
Yeah. I do like this. And he's like, I know. He's like, what do you want? And he's like, I want the Crash Kryptonian ship. And how he delivers in this scene is brilliant.
I also, but I don't know what rights that guy who's giving him all of this stuff has. Like,
I know, right?
It seems like Holly Hunter's character has more power. Well, no, has more power, but this guy is just like, here, take what you want.
Here, take what you want. Here's government documents. We got you in. You're going to get the Kryptonian body. But I like this. Here's the music. Dun, 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 dun.
But I also would have laughed, though, if this was like a Gene Hackman Lex, where the hair is fake. So when the air blows in there, he's just like holding his hair on.
I like the fact they started him off with like long hair, because that's what douchebag billionaires wear. Like they have long hair.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those, you know, there's one of the original reasons that Lex hated Superman was because the radiation from the kryptonite made him lose his hair.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing. Because he loved his hair, evidently.
Yeah.
But now we're just like, oh, no, he's just got hair.
But then he gets it shaved off in prison, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Say what you will, people, about Jesse Eisenberg. I like him. I've always liked him as an actor.
He's weirdly creepy.
Yeah.
In a good way. Although, it's a little confusing to me how Superman doesn't die when he gets killed at the end of this.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't deteriorate, nothing happens.
They tease you.
But Zod...
Just dead.
Just dead and, like...
I real quick, I love that so much. Just puts the Jolly Rancher in his mouth. Here's your favorite part. He's like, here you go. Now, go.
He's like, okay, They're just standing there, and then just suddenly just beats the crap out of them.
I remember being in the theater like, is this real? This is awesome. Batman isn't on the underbelly of Gotham. And
Yeah.
the Russian. He's like, thanks, man. And see, and this is cool too. Is like you got Batman being more of a detective in this.
Well, it's also kind of funny to me that, like, everybody there has to know who he is. Like,
But it would make sense though. You'd be like, oh, he's just as crooked as us, you know. He's betting on these fights and this and that. That's how you build your reputation as a terrible billionaire person. You know what I mean? You want to make people think that you're scum, so no one will ever assume that you are the Batman.
mm-hmm. So, like, this seems weird that they have, like, this is...
God, wait, Gotham, freaking water, wet.
No, such a dick thing. But no, he's been doing this for 20 years, the Batman has been doing, like, from what they say, 20 years. Why is this even news? Like...
Well, that's why he tells him, don't worry about it.
Well, no, but Perry's way of expressing it is... Oh my gosh, there's crime in Gotham. Other news, water's wet. Like, it should just be the Bat Vigilante in Gotham. Other news, water wet. Not crime wave. Like...
Well, yeah, I think Perry's smart enough too. He's like, we tried to crack that egg a long time ago.
If he just said that, though, if he's just been like, Clark...
Just let him be his... Guess Gotham's problem, not ours. You would be really cooler? Where he's just like, drop it, Clark. I've been working on that case for 20 years, and I haven't even cracked it once.
No, it'd be really funny is if he's just like, drop it. Our boss, Mr. Wayne, doesn't want us dealing with caped heroes.
That's why I love when they first get introduced to each other later on. Did I buy that one?
God. Oh, that's future. Frickin' the best way to let Superman be inconspicuous and everything? Buy the planet. Like, buy the Daily Planet and just go, Clark, I need you to go on this probably about 3-week expedition to go do stuff. I'll pay you all comp, stuff like that. You just won't be around the office when you need him to go do stuff.
The red capes are coming.
Which, I mean, the way he delivers his lines are amazing, too.
Yeah. And I like when he points to the painting.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you want to know how my dad had it upside down? See, just that little, like...
It's his nuances. That's the thing. Like, he is probably the most fleshed out person in this movie. Because he's, you know, he has a driving motivation that makes sense.
In the Ultimate Cut.
Well, no, even in this one.
It is, but...
His reasoning makes sense. The way he does it doesn't make sense in this cut. But he really has a fear of Superman. Like, it's not even like an inferiority complex. He, you know, has this weird, legit fear of Superman and wants to kill him. He doesn't even like Superman's just like, if there's even a 1% chance he's our enemy, we have to treat it as an absolute. He's just like, it's an absolute regardless.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if he could never be our enemy. I want him dead because he's more powerful than anything we can do.
And that line that kicks her in the ass about the peach pasty or whatever, I thought that was a nice little touch.
I think it was a nice touch, but I think it's really stupid because that just means that there's a time where just Lex Luthor's peeing in a jar.
Yep.
Unless he got Mercy to do it, but...
Yeah, right here. I love... What are you talking about, the picture? And here we go. We get more
dream sequence.
Wayne Manor's just wrecked.
I think that's a really neat thing in Justice League when they go back into the Wayne Manor and they're just like seating for 7, but possibly more.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's neat. Too bad you screwed up this movie so royally.
And you're not gonna have that happen.
Nope.
Oh,
why is he bringing those dead plants to his parents? Also, even in a dream sequence.
He goes, they're dead. I don't think they'll care if I brought dead flowers.
These flowers make me think of you, because they're dead.
What was that one commercial we saw where he's like, yeah, I got you these flowers. Those look half dead. Yeah, they're like you. It was like his sister or something.
Something like that.
I was like, dang.
So also, with what's about to happen, why is there a random jump scare in a Batman v Superman movie like this?
Yeah, I bought all the figures before this movie came out. I bought everything. And one of the figures was that giant bat. It was called Nightmare Bat. And I was like, is this supposed to be Man Bat? Like, are we getting Man Bat in this movie? And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, that was it? I spent $20 on that figure for this?
That was so stupid, though. Now, I will say this about Bruce, though. If you had to move out of Wayne Manor, that is a hell of a place to go.
Oh, man. And I like how... wait. Oh, they cut that out completely. Where
Alfred shows back up. Yeah.
Oh man, it's so weird. And I heard Ferris.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying though. In the first movie, it's listed as her being Ferris. I thought it was Captain Ferris at the time, and evidently now it's Major Ferris.
Yeah. Ferris Airlines and stuff like that, and I think they spelled Ferris wrong.
I don't know.
I think it's with an E. Man, this movie's flying.
It is.
Like,
well, it's just one of those, like...
I usually turn on the Ultimate Cut, and if the Ultimate Cut was on right now, we'd probably still be a little further back before this.
We'd still be in the house where Batman first gets introduced. Maybe still in the desert, who knows?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Never mind. That was oddly cut. You won't inherit an empty wine cellar. All you do is drink. And their chemistry was great too.
I know, no, and that's the thing is that Ben Affleck and Jeremy Irons had a better romance than Amy Adams and Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that's true.
But that sort of should be the case. Like,
well, plus
Christian Bale and Michael Caine had this like real loving relationship back and forth.
When he's like crying at saying like I failed you, you feel it. You know what I mean? Like if like Batman died in this for some reason, and he was.
Although you do get kind of a dick sense from Bruce Wayne in the next scene where Michael Caine is just at that French cafe, and then they're just there, and you're like, so you made him cry for no reason? Like,
hey, it had to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that suit looks so good.
You know, as far as the Batcave goes, though, I still think that the animated shows where they're all in glass cases, I think that's like the best portrayal of how to keep your Batsuit.
Well, I like this, too, just because I was like, oh, cool, you know, this little hand thing there. And this looks like a Batcave.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because the Robin thing is right there.
I think that's more of a reminder.
No, but I'm saying, like, the hand thing to get to the Batsuit is moot when you have the Robin suit right there. Because if someone goes down there, it's not going to be like, oh, this is just a guy's man cave. That's fine. It's, oh, this is a guy's man. Why is Robin's costume there? Why is Joker's taunt on Robin's costume there?
And, you know, I really thought they were going to play on that, you know, especially when they're like Joker. The reason why his teeth are all silver is because Batman beat the hell out of him after he killed Robin and this. And I was like, oh, let's do it. And that never happens.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's not coming back.
And I feel like he deserves a better outing. He got an amazing introduction into this universe.
Yeah.
Well,
he was probably the best superhero in this movie.
Yeah, right?
And he doesn't even have any powers. Like, he has the powers of CrossFit, I guess.
Oh, the montage?
Yeah, that montage. Gosh, that montage makes me feel inadequate every time.
I look at my belly and I'm like, why can't you be like Ben?
Because cake is too good.
Cake is good. And then we automatically get introduced to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, for some reason there's random Gal Gadot. Okay, so this part with Luthor is great too, where it shows that like he's on a different mental level than the people around him, and he has problems expressing how he wants to be, like how he wants people to see the world, and it's just crazy. Although now also it is kind of funny after watching Wonder Woman hearing him talk about Greek mythology right in front of her.
Yeah. Well, there she is.
And here's going to be her line.
He plays it off so as too many cocktails.
I thought the restroom was down here.
Yeah. You heard I'm a drunk, right?
Yeah. Why would you keep your servers right there?
Right next to the your hard drives or whatever.
Well, not even just right next to places that people can get to.
You think that'd be?
Can I help you, Mr. Wayne?
That's not the bathrooms down here. I must have.
You know what he really should have done is he should have had his pants down and just being like, that's two, but had his pants down, just being like, is this not the bathroom?
Oh my goodness, that would have been amazing. He's like, what did I do? What did I do? Zip. Then she comes in and he's like, oh, I thought this was the bathroom.
Is this not? This looks like one of those men's urinals. Sorry.
In your dreams, I've heard.
Yeah.
This speech too, just it makes you feel uncomfortable, and I think that's what it's meant to do.
It really is.
He starts off really good, then he goes into his little tangent, and everyone's like,
He has enough money to buy and sell us all, except for Mr. Wayne. So let's clap for him.
The claps too are great too, because they're like, do we? I don't know what to say after that. I've always, if I ever met Zack Snyder, I'd be like, why did you choose this to introduce Wonder Woman? Is it because you wanted that aspect of we need to get these out there as fast as we can, so we're going to introduce as many characters as we can in this movie?
I just think that it's weird that this is the first time the Trinity's together.
Yeah.
That scene, because she did walk right by them, so that's the first time that they're all real close together, and then it has no significance whatsoever.
Yeah.
You don't care. You're just like, oh, hey, that's eventually Wonder Woman. Cool.
Oh, right here. This exchange is awesome. Because he's just like, this is where the acting part of Ben comes in. He's just like, well, who the hell are you?
Well, it's one of those, I'm fairly certain this isn't, as far as Bruce Wayne goes, this isn't acting. This is him legitimately being like, who the hell do you think you are from Metropolis, from the planet, to say Batman's a vigilante, but Superman's
that wide. Maybe it's the Gotham City in me.
Yeah.
We just have a bad history with freaks dressed as clowns. I'm like, yes! Give me more of that.
And then randomly Lex is like, hey, I got them to talk to each other. Woo!
Wow, you're strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I remember when we watched the Ultimate Cut with that added story. You're like, oh, Lex is brilliant. It takes it to a whole new level of his plan in general. Like, I'm going to let these two meet, then I'm going to make sure that these two fight, and I get to go do my shenanigans on this side.
But I don't know. I just think Lex knowing who Batman and Superman are is...
I think the Superman's a given.
Well, no, that's not that hard. It's like Spider-Man. Just is there anyone that doesn't know who he is? He doesn't know people know who he is. But, no,
Oh, now you care about people.
Yeah. He's like, man, I was following someone that could possibly have been...
He got jacked.
Now, let's be honest. Smart Wayne would have had that connecting to his house right then and there. He wouldn't need the physical item.
Yeah, something like just a throwaway.
Like a sensor. Well, no, even basically, I think I've seen Batman do this once before, where he, in the system, he just clips this little thing in the back, and it's transferring the data to the Bat computer. But no, he has to have a physical item that can be taken.
And I think that's just more so you can have more of an interaction with...
But why, if it's a useless interaction?
Yeah.
Because then later they end up meeting, but...
I've always wished that she took his car.
I don't know, that got done in The Dark Knight Returns, so...
Oh, yeah, that was good. There's Superman. Everyone's applauding him. And He's like, I still don't care.
Hey, you guys are all dressed up for Dias de los Muertos. I mean, I could give you some dead bodies.
She breaks her neck.
Sorry, old habit.
Can't get over it. PTSD.
Collapsing buildings, things on fire. A neck had to be snapped. They're all just trying to absorb his energy.
Just worship him. And see, this is what I don't get. I'm like, why do you still look so gloomy, man?
It's like, oh my god.
And adding these weird little stints and then like this little montage of like, oh, he is doing good around the world. Oh, okay.
Sort of. Is what he's doing right now good?
I don't know, pulling that big ship through the ice.
He's like, guys, no, we're heading the other way. What are you doing?
You're going where I tell you to go.
Why would Superman be talking like Batman?
I don't know.
You're going where I want you to go.
There we go.
Oh,
because I'm Mighty Mouse. Oh.
I just, honestly, I don't know how this would ever happen.
the random.
But, well, not even that, but I'm talking like, if Disney ever got the rights to DC, how crazy would that be?
I think then
people would hate it. No, people would absolutely hate it. I know.
I honestly wouldn't mind. Even though, yes, there's certain aspects that Disney does to their property, like, but I think Disney knows what to do. They know how to run a very multi-million-dollar company, especially when that Disney Plus app's going to come and kick every other app's ass.
Real quick, though. Like, that flood storm thing going on.
Yeah.
It gets this neat little message of Superman saving them. But you know what? Superman's probably the one that broke the dam.
Yeah.
He's probably just fighting some random passerby, punched him through a wall, and that wall just happened to be a dam.
And then this portrayal of Superman being sort of like Jesus or God, because they are gods, and that's what they refer to them as in this movie. But I like that she's on PBS.
Yeah.
You couldn't get any other real network.
Well, it's the public broadcasting system. Who is? Are you just be like, hey, CNN, let's have a random Democrat talking to you about this? No? Okay, because people that like Fox are going to hate this. Okay, well, Fox, let's get you doing that. No, because the people that like CNN aren't going to like it. So who can we have that nobody's going to be pissed off about?
And look, we
PBS?
randomly get Gale back to this guy.
Yeah. I like how he messed up that guy in prison, too. Once again, Mercy is just there. And then just
like introduction. I like too. He's like, I brought you this. I stole it.
All I see when he does this turnaround
Professor
is
Xavier.
Yeah, Professor Xavier is the what's his name? Who's the new guy playing him?
James McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy with the long hair.
Yeah.
The second one or the Apocalypse. Just see that.
No, he had long hair in Days of Futures Past.
Did he? Oh yeah, you're right.
Because remember, he started walking again to get rid of his.
Because somehow something that represses your mutant capabilities lets you walk again when your spine got shot.
Science in comic books.
Look,
Clark, you're not doing your job.
Clark, you are fired.
Yeah, he's like, you're chasing stories.
Although, let's be honest, like, given the context of what just happened, Perry was literally giving him the front page of the Sports Center.
Yeah.
Like, Clark had an opportunity there.
Yeah, but he's, like, so hell-bent on Batman.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, like, I don't understand his obsession on it.
They don't explain it. Like, it doesn't go any deeper than just like, oh, he's Batman. He's bad.
Well, and in the... I don't know if this is in this one, but in the Ultimate Edition, like, he gets sent a file by Lex, not knowing that it's from Lex, that has all the things, the branding, the people that have died from it, yada, yada, yada. Plus the guy who gets branded dies in prison, which we don't see in this.
In the Awesome one, too, you actually see, in the Ultimate one, too, you see you see Clark go do some investigating, and he goes and meets that one dude that's doing the scratcher.
Yeah, and makes it into the bat shape.
Yeah.
Just ruins his scratcher.
I'm like, oh. But he's like, he's mad. I like that scene because the guy's like, he's mad. Meaner than usual, and I'm like, ooh, that's creepy. And here we go, the exchange between Wonder Woman, in Bruce Wayne.
You know what's funny? The foreshadowing that this movie has, when she's just like, "Is it stealing if you steal from another thief?" And then her movie is pretty much a Captain America ripoff.
You'll never let that go.
I won't. It's because it's the one good DCEU movie.
Then when we go see Aquaman, you're gonna be like, "This was Black Panther, but in water."
I mean, given the trailers, would that surprise you?
No.
The only difference looks like
There's only one black guy in the movie too, and it's Black Manta.
Yeah. So it's like a reverse one where there's only one white guy in the other movie.
WB's like, we're gonna go on the white card aspect. But Jason Momoa ain't white, is he?
No, I'm fairly certain he's probably Samoan or something to that effect.
I'm gonna look that up while we're having this weird exchange.
Well, we're having this stupidity.
Come on.
I don't know. Gal Gadot is okay. I liked her in the Fast and Furious movies.
Well, I remember when she was cast as a Wonder Woman, I was like, whoa, she's skinny. She's like, she doesn't look like...
It's not even that. It's like, she's got a good-looking body, but that's the only thing as far as...
I think in this one she looked good in the suit. I think she looked better in Wonder Woman.
But it's still, it's... She can look good, but her acting is not.
Oh, okay, cool. His father is Native Hawaiian descent, while his mother is of German, Irish, and Native American ancestry.
He is just a nice little mesh pot of everything.
I know.
Then we get this really kick-ass...
I know, right? Oh.
Where I'm fairly certain that's the watchtower crashed in the back.
And the Omega symbol, you're like, Darkseid's coming. No, he's not. You got Steppenwolf. Oh.
Well, and looking into what they were saying about the original thoughts of a Justice League Part 1 and Part 2 was supposed to be that Steppenwolf was the beginning bad guy.
Yeah, then
Darkseid comes in.
And I wanted that.
Which, to the purpose of, what's it called? Steppenwolf being so easily bested by Superman, that kind of makes sense. But then when that wasn't going to happen, and they figured out that wasn't going to happen, Steppenwolf should have been a more valiant foe.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being...
We trick you.
Yeah.
I love this look, though, for Batman. Like, I love the idea in this universe that they gave him, like, different aspects and different looks, because I was like, yeah, he would be rocking a trench coat.
Yeah.
In the desert sands.
But then, just killing everybody...
With the Superman logo on there. I'm like, did Superman just, like, take over the government? And was just like, hey, you all have my symbol now. What does that symbol mean? It means hope. But we're killing everybody. We're basically expressing no hope.
I wonder if in this fight, Superman's like, if Batman shows up, you cannot kill him. You are not allowed to kill him.
Because he knows they can't.
Yeah. He just, like, wrecks them, where a lot of them have, like, a good chance to see things.
Oh, then you like your parademons. Yes.
Which are not the parademons we get in the next movie.
No, not at all. That's why this scene is probably the best scene in this movie, and it goes nowhere past it.
Yeah. No, like, it's a really kick-ass action scene, too. But the parademons, like...
Nightmare.
They very slightly look like the ones that they're supposed to be, but they don't. Like, the parademons and the other ones look more like just like bugs, just normal bugs.
Yeah. Man, this is such a good scene. And it's just like, then you get that weird little thing at the end.
The super tickles?
No, not the super tickles. The
the flash thing. I don't know. I think a cooler thing to this scene, would have been him in all black.
Yeah.
Superman in all black. 2, instead of the Superman symbol, if it had been the Omega symbol all across his chest, that would have been badass.
Or he took Zod's symbol, just to be like, I finally figured out his work. That was cool. I like this little exchange with the mask off, and then he's like, I'm going to rip your heart out.
I think what he does is presses his chest in.
I've always imagined him just ripping his heart out. and you took her from me. And I'm like, what does that mean? Then,
But yeah, see, like, he puts his hand right over him, and then you just see him just, like, move forward. So all I think is he's just crushing his chest.
I think he's like, see, there. Bruce, listen to me. This isn't gonna happen. It doesn't matter.
This is a pointless scene with how the DCEU went. She was the key,
Do you
but we
know?
lost the lock.
Do you know if I'm gonna get this movie or not?
See, this is also a really weird thing for Flash, because when he travels back in time, doesn't he normally, like, physically stay there until he travels the other way?
Find us, Bruce. You have to find us. Okay. Then you're gonna realize that Flash is a bumbling idiot.
Yeah. I'm beyond surprised he has the capability to run straight enough to travel through time, much less, not just fall on his face the moment he gets there.
I know, and you see he had a little bit of like a mustache.
Oh no, he does get the thing. Gosh, having watched the Ultimate Edition,
I think it comes sooner though.
But having watched the Ultimate Edition, this movie, like, it's so disjointed to me.
Like, why didn't you see it on the news?
Actually, wasn't that literally the Daily Planet? Like,
Yeah. The white Portuguese. Judge, jury, and executioner.
Like, is that
one guy?
Yeah. And I think that they also said that there was one other person that was killed by it before this. But you're like, on a sample size of 2, it's not adequate to make decisions. Also, his cursor being that little hexagon, it just seems stupid. Although I wish it was a bat. With a tiny little bat symbol.
I wish everything was labeled like in the 66 Batman.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But man, this too is like we get a little peek now of the Batmobile.
No, in the Bat Cave, but this is really all we get in this movie. Like the Bat computer behind him, all the...
And I really enjoyed like these sets. I was like, and I'm like, oh, we never get that again. And then we just like not even in Justice League, they go to that weird shelter thingy.
Well, no, and it's even like the Flash running around the Bat Cave. It's like 3 seconds and you don't get to see like anything.
Yeah, and Flash's like, oh, look, it's a Bat Cave. I'm like, ha. Shut your mouth. We're going to go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us 2 years ago. He's mad.
Yeah.
And he's got a point.
Yeah. But how many people have died in Gotham in the 20 years that Batman's been there?
None.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have died in that time.
Nobody. Because you didn't see the 20 years.
Although, I will say, how old is Jared Leto?
Oh my goodness, I think, let's see, I think he's probably, let's see, let me look that up. I think he's in his 40s.
So he would have been like in his early 20s if we're going 20 years back to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't really be that established of a criminal.
A gangster criminal?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it's Jared Leto.
Oh yeah, and then he really actually does go back to Kansas.
Oh, he's 46.
46. So yeah, 26-year-old Joker being the crazy. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I was thinking about Jared Leto as far as like, does he fit in the time frame as the Batman's villain for 20 years?
Oh, fun fact, Ben is the same age.
Nice. That's probably why they did it then.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see. Jared Leto was born December 26, 1971.
You said December 26th?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
And Ben was born in August 15th, 1972.
So it's really funny seeing all of this stuff go on just to move that one rock of kryptonite, where I gotta be honest, were I Lex, the way I would do it would be just like having all of this still set up, but not have it in there.
Yeah. Like in LexCorp is written on the box.
But like just have all of this set up as sort of a red herring, and have just one person silently carrying it into the city in just a small briefcase. Maybe a purse.
And this is where we get an awesome action scene.
Yeah, we get an awesome just like murder the crud out of people scene.
But I just love you just take that Batmobile to a whole nother level.
Yeah. No, like...
Honestly, what did you think of this Batmobile? I love it, honestly. I think it's probably one of the best. Not the best, but one of the best.
I think its functionality is fine. I think the way it's shaped is weird, though.
Like, not Bat-esque, kind of, because even though the Tumbler does feel like it's a Batmobile, like it's a Bat vehicle.
Yeah, well, and it's this one, I don't know. This one feels so low to the ground that it seems like it's more scientifically accurate to what a Batmobile would be, especially when compared to like the Tim Burton ones and the Joel Schumacher ones. But it just doesn't seem fun like a Batmobile should be to me.
But
it just seemed like the Tumbler was the same way, where both of them just feel like tanks.
that's why I liked him. I like this one more because it was more sleek than the Tumbler.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just has these big old machine guns on the front of it, just like yeah.
So, have you seen Speed Racer?
Yes.
This looks like to me. The way that it goes is like the Mach 5. Like
that is true.
The way the tires are on either side and rotating on. Man, he just murdered the crap out of those people and just ran through them. There are some body parts on his car.
They are dead.
No,
You're
not
all
alive.
Dead. You're all dead.
Oh, you ruined my part.
I know. I'm sorry. You do it now.
No, the moment's over. People aren't dead right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
and this thing can withstand a bazooka.
Sort of. He still launches the flares when it's coming at him. And I think it still takes it down for a sec. The weirdest thing with the Batmobiles is the fact that they're just like, oh, hey, we can be disabled temporarily but be fixed. Unlike normal vehicles that when they're broken, they're broken.
Yeah, and he's just driving through walls.
Yeah. No offense to the actor, but the guy who plays the Russian in this movie, he's got this very lazy eye.
No, I noticed that
and
too.
It's every time I watch it, it's super distracting. And that guy didn't choose that, and I don't mean to attack a person, but it's kind of like Michael. What's the guy who plays Zod?
Oh, Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon, where he has a slight laziness to one of his eyes.
I think it's like that in Black Panther.
Yeah.
His dad.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not his dad. It's
his papa.
No, it's not his dad.
Yeah, it was T'Challa's dad.
No, it's not.
When they're in the afterworld, remember? Then his.
Oh, that one too. I thought you were talking about his in the real world.
Oh no.
Because Forrest Whitaker's character in the real world has that, which is when he plays Saw Gerrera in Rogue One. It's the same thing. Oof. But
I can drive through everything, but I can't drive through him. And this interaction is like, okay, well, yeah. By the way,
the slow mo. Why the slow mo? Sir, are you in need of roadside assistance?
Oh, you're that Clark guy.
Oh, Clark? What? Also, is there lead lining to Batman's mask right now? Or is that even a weakness of the Superman, not being able to see through lead? We talked about that?
No, I don't think it's ever been put upon.
So, he could literally,
look at Bruce's mask. See, and I always feel like this was such a waste of an interaction. And then he's like, do you bleed? You will. And then I think it's the first time we actually hear Batman talk as Batman.
So we had the scene in the house that nothing happened.
I love that.
This is only the second time we've had Batman so far.
Yeah, but I remember that was the one crucial point for me in the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, how's he gonna sound? How's he gonna sound?
He's gonna sound voice modulated.
I like that. I mean,
it makes sense. It's just one of those
the person that overdoes it's Green Arrow and Arrow.
No, The person that overdoes it is Hal Jordan in Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah. Are you okay, ma'am? Are you okay, ma'am?
Hal?
I've seen you naked. Just because you cover your face.
Cheekbones. Just because you cover your cheekbones doesn't mean I'm not going to recognize you.
We'll
do that one someday.
One day.
No, but the only, I don't know, the Batman who does a voice change between Bruce and Batman that I like the most is definitely Kevin Conroy.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
there's a difference, and it's animated, but you're like, it's a difference you can tell.
Yeah.
The Bruce and Batman.
Yeah, no, there's a point, I think it's even in the first episode, he's in the Batcave, and he's talking to Alfred like this, and then he flips and goes, oh, hey, Barb, how's it going? And you're just like, see, there's a difference. Although, I still don't understand why Batman, when he's wearing the cowl, why he speaks like Batman, even when there's other people that know who Bruce Wayne is, just right with him. Like, that's my big problem in Justice League, which we'll get to. But
yeah, but I'm realizing something. We're only like an hour in, and it still feels like forever, even though we're watching the shorter version. Like, I was like, oh, this is going pretty quick.
Well, now he's back in Kansas.
Yeah.
With his parent, who, for the second movie in a row, just gives him the worst advice.
Right? She's just like, why do you care?
Yeah. Well, that's the entire, like, when we were talking about earlier how Superman just doesn't care. It's because of his mom. You know? Yeah, she's like, or be none of it. It's like, here's your choice. Do everything or don't do anything. And he's just like, no, there's a middle ground.
You know, that's why it makes me sad that it was wasted upon, like...
Well, and the first movie, it was Jonathan Kent that was giving all the crappy information, or all the crappy...
yeah, he's just like...
You should have let those kids die.
But, what?
Wait, Papa, what?
You understand what makes Superman Superman is you guys.
Yeah.
Because of your morals and your values, and you guys are just telling him, nope, don't care.
Don't be a hero, son. Don't be a hero.
Remember how Hal got that hero cake? Mm.
Yeah. Horses will die when you try to be a hero. Just, wait, what?
Wait, that's in this one, huh?
What, the hero cake thing?
Yeah. Doesn't he go to the mountains?
Yeah, so he goes to the mountain and talks to his dad about his hero cake.
Random mountain?
Yeah.
Why do we have to see all this again?
Because they want to save on filming, because they didn't spend enough money on it as is.
That scene was really expensive, so we're going to show it twice in the movie.
Yeah. I just don't get why they wouldn't be like, yeah, we need a, like, big Senate hearing. You know, bomb sniffing dogs. Problem over.
Problem over. Well, they're like, oh, we can't have scented dogs doing that or crap like that, but we'll have somebody that's literally that can kill everybody in this room.
Yeah.
With the snap of his fingers.
I mean, maybe that's the purpose. Is they're like, well, we'll metal detect Superman. That's really all we could do. We can't really do much more.
You know, it'd be funny if he went through the thing and the thing went off and someone made a really bad joke like, and that's why he's called the Man of Steel. I'll be like, lame.
This is also the point where, in the Ultimate Edition, she finds out that he was, like, the entire plot of Lex.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, I'm going to get him good.
I like to. He's like, why has no one shown me these?
This has been going on for 18 months?
Yeah. You're fired.
You're fired. A couple other people fired. Like, okay, so when he was in the Mexican city or the Latin America city, he was being praised. And now he's there.
He's being protested.
And he's being protested real heavily. And you're just like, I get that it takes all kinds. You know, the world's filled with a bunch of different people. A lot of people wouldn't be happy about him. But it just seems like he, what's the right word? He would be more aware?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Well, that's why in these movies, it doesn't make any sense. And then you go into like a Justice League, then the world mourns.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Also, seriously, if she like with how his hearing seems to work, if she'd literally been like Clark, just a little whisper of Clark, he'd have been like,
Sure could hear Alfred talking to Bruce
yeah,
at the party.
in the middle of this party with things going on.
Here's more things we didn't show you earlier, sir, that we've been getting. You only own the company, you know.
Yeah. Well, okay, but let's be legitimately honest in their defense. If something like that was going on, HR would probably be the ones taking care of it, and not informing Mr. Wayne about it. Just be like, it's just some crazy guy, that was formerly working for the country. That's how they view it, not that he is.
He says something about you being Batman.
Yeah. He said something about you lifted up a steel girder with your bare hand? Like, you're either Kryptonian or Batman. Damn it.
This whole thing's stupid, too. I gotta admit it, because I'm like, what? Why is he even answering to anybody?
Well, it's not even that he... Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the two parts I hate about this is, one, it's literally set up for him to fail in this. But two, if he had just talked to them earlier, they would have... this wouldn't be an issue. Like, if he had cared, how we're talking about he doesn't care. If he had cared earlier, this would not have been an issue. Yeah.
There it is.
It'd be the funniest thing, though, if someone just sitting next to her is like, it smells like
It
piss.
smells like piss.
Like, before the meeting even started.
And then she realizes, like, oh, Lex is not there.
Yeah.
Well, poop.
Yeah.
I know how to wrestle a pig.
Although, when he's greased and things get lit on fire, things ain't so good.
Yeah.
So, truth, Mercy had 2 lines.
Yeah. You know what it is. Why do you have to read it?
Yeah, like, this is the part where you turn around and try to run out of that room, because you know what the situation is.
Yeah, but her horrifiedness of like, and Lex is like, gotcha.
Why would he get a front seat in this, by the way? He's not a part of the committee. He's not a part of anything.
He just wanted to reserve it for everyone.
Yeah.
So he could be a dick about it. He's like, that's my chair. I want to make sure everyone knows it's my chair, too.
Yeah. It's literally like none of the other chairs in the room are like that. It's just his own.
Why did she drop the coffee?
Because she's watching it on TV.
Oh.
And she sees it explode.
Oh, well. That's weird.
Not that she thinks he's hurt.
I hope Clark's okay. Well.
Just like the camera's like melting into abyss. It just shows him standing there like, damn.
And right here. And he flies away. And I'm like...
He doesn't just fly away. Actually, I don't know if the Ultimate Edition does it, but he helps a little bit, and then he just takes off. Although, he helps a little bit, and then the moment Lois Lane starts walking up to where he is, he's gone.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, see? They don't even show it.
They don't even show it?
Wow.
God, he's a dick. Although, technically, they don't show him... Did they show him flying away? I don't think they showed him flying away either.
No, you saw him flying away.
You saw him flying away?
Yeah.
I turned away right when that happened.
Oh, man. And, like, I love this scene, too, because he's like... What?
I hate this scene.
What? Why?
Because you had this kick-ass opportunity for a Batman action scene.
Oh,
instead,
okay.
Instead, we get this little, like, snippet on a computer screen of, oh, he was just taking people out, badass like Batman does.
They couldn't afford to do the whole set.
They just throw some shell casings on the ground.
But I think I like it because
ball.
when he goes over there, then he's like, and he sees the batarang, and the way it's stuck into the thing, he's like, there you go. I was here.
Well, no, they didn't even show the little bit about it where, yep.
See? Oh. Then look, there he is. Why didn't you help anybody? What?
Why did you just fly off? It blew up. What was I going to do? Unblow it up? I'm not freaking Christopher Reeves.
Where'd you go? I tried to spin the world backwards on a axle. Did you know that it doesn't turn time backwards? What?
The Earth is ending! It is the end times!
That's how we get to the nightmare scene.
Yeah. The Omega symbol was just a random chance of things to happen. I actually just flipped the Earth's axis a little bit.
So I'm out.
No, everyone just viewed me as a god, so I just kind of became in charge. And doing that killed Lois Lane, and I blame you, Batman. What did I do? You didn't save her. Which, that's the most BS thing about like Superman in these movies, is he seems so reactive, where it's not I didn't do this, it's other people, or it's not I didn't do this, or this person did it, it's other people didn't do this.
Yeah, like everyone's picking on me.
Yeah.
And he's not taking any responsibility.
Nope.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that bothers me about this, is like, this Superman has no remorse, no
personality.
He's just, it's all me, it's all about me, it's always going to be on me. I have no glimpse of hope. And I'm like, that is not Superman.
Yeah.
I am very sorry to tell you that.
Mm-hmm. This is also so weird.
Yeah. And when he gets into the, I really hate it too that this was a part of the plot point in JL.
Yeah. Makes you wonder that if they could have created a big enough charge, if they could have brought Zod back too.
That would have been awesome. Zod's like, oh.
Well, they sort of do though. Is the point? Like they bring back him as Doomsday,
mm-hmm.
but like, be the funniest thing. If the first thing is like, where are my fingerprints?
Ow! What? My fingerprints are gone. This water's like sanitizer. This is terrible.
Ow! Ow! It's like putting salt and lemon in a wound.
Why would you do this to me?
I like how that ship is just in pieces pretty much, but it's still operating at 37%.
He's like, tell me everything. Oh, yeah, another thing they cut out. Remember after he gets told everything, and when the police go in there?
Yeah, he's talking to Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Yep. Something that nobody knew the heck about until the Ultimate Edition came out, and they're like, oh,
here we go.
Yep.
Batman's pissed.
This is the Batman pre-kicking a Superman's ass.
Yeah, he was just like, I am going to make a kryptonite.
I'm going to make a kryptonite. Alfred, today we're going to make a kryptonite.
We're going to make the kryptonite. Look at that. See? He got jacked, too, for this role. Yeah, just push things, making me feel more fat about myself. Darn you, Ben Affleck.
That's why I'm eating a cinnamon roll is watching this.
Trying to feel better.
Trying to feel better about my inadequacies.
That gym, though. Jeez.
Speaking of Jim, what's his name? Who plays Gordon?
James.
No, it's something.
J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons.
I was like,
J.K. Simmons got ripped for his role of standing on a rooftop, too.
Yeah, I remember they showed him with the beard. I'm like, what's going on here? Oh, look, they all got little fancy symbols. I wonder who's who. The weird thing, too, is he only has, like, one piece of footage on each of them and, like, one picture. Oh, no, there's no footage for Wonder Woman. Huh?
No, there's footage. There's her in front of the
ATM
bank, yeah.
It's like I could maybe see down her shirt. For someone who tries to keep it low key, why would you just look straight at that camera?
She looks straight at every camera. And she learned from 1912, or whatever this is, 1918.
Yeah. So this picture here, was Wonder Woman being filmed around the same time? Or was that...
I'd have to assume. Those are all the same actors.
Yeah. It'd be funny if it wasn't. Then it'd be like, wow, that totally dismisses that scene.
It's Chris Pratt instead of Chris Pines. Sorry, we thought we were going somewhere else, and
no, it's a picture of him like on set as as Peter Quill, just saying hi to everybody. That does not look like Michael Shannon.
Also, why did Lois get attacked the moment she walked on the ship with those little droid things?
And he doesn't?
But Luther just gets to, like...
Because he was told everything, and now they worship him.
I also hope that's a mannequin.
Because if that was Michael Shannon, he'd be like, this is gross. This is gross.
I don't care if it's jelly. This is just weird.
Oh, yeah. And then they just take him. Then he's like, make me my doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, because technically that is Zod, right?
That is... You mean in the movie?
No, technically Doomsday is Zod.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They're reanimating Zod's body with Luther's DNA mixed in. Which does not make any sense. Also, anyone else out there listening, I do apologize. My neighbors evidently don't understand what, like, noise levels are. And they're just cranking their goddamn music, and you can just hear it through the floor here.
People are idiots. See, look at this. They're lynching him. That's why it doesn't make sense when in Justice League they mourn him.
Yeah.
Like, y'all just hated him.
The world is in mourning as Superman died, and, you know, a lot of people should be celebrating.
And I like in the Ultimate Cut, he sees those people down in the village.
There's the Sherpas.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in a place where they would be called Sherpas, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then randomly, Pa Kent is moving rocks on the top of a mountain. I also like how the Sherpas, they were just like, he's going up there to die. It's like, you obviously don't know who this is. That's fine.
No, he walks up like, what's up, Clark?
What is up, Kal-El? Whoa, what? Jor-El told us of your coming. Wait.
He's up there right now.
You're not my dad. Yes, I am, son. No. I mean, not the dad I was thinking you were.
Oh, yeah, we never see Russell Crowe again.
Nope.
Hmm.
But for some reason, we get the story about how Pa Kent killed a bunch of horses and drowned another farm.
While getting his hero cake.
While getting his hero cake.
Grandma was baking me that cake.
Yeah. So, like, if you're Clark, are you accepting this as your parents are telling you when you do something good, something bad's going to happen to somebody else? Because that's a terrible lesson to teach. Because pretty much what what I'm getting from Papa Kent here is, hey, you know, if you do things good, bad things are going to happen to other people. But, you know, at the same right, if he hadn't worked hard to save his farm and stop the rushing water, his farm would have drowned. So
going back and watching these, I'm like, this isn't the Kents that I've grown up to know.
No. Like, I think, I hate always bringing up the animated ones, but Ma and Pa Kent and that, especially because Pa Kent is still alive, but they have these, like, great moments of wisdom that they give their son. But these movies don't have that. Like, none of the parents in these movies have done anything to help their children.
Wait, can you really fault Bruce's parents? They died in the beginning.
Fair enough. Those are the only ones that have an excuse, though.
That's their excuse, because they're dead.
Because they were killed. Well, Pa Kent is dead still, and he's giving bad advice.
That's why maybe his mom and dad try to come. He's like, no, leave me alone.
Well, I mean, pretty much it's sort of what's going on is that he keeps having these nightmares about them, and they're torturing him, so he wants to kill Superman for some reason. That's how that works out. No, what was I going to say, though? Like, Diana's parents are terrible, too.
Yeah,
one of them is Zeus, and the other one's her mom, who's just like, I won't tell you about your past. I won't tell you about your past. Well, Mom, I figured out about my past. Well, then leave home.
We'll leave him. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Shoot.
Yeah, you're just like, what? What is with DC and terrible parents? At least Marvel has the excuse that most of them are dead.
Well, you got that really powerful scene in Guardians in the starting. It was like his mom's dying.
Yeah.
You felt more there for that.
Anything that DC lets you feel for a parent. Like, even Ma Kent. She's just... Who was that? Diane Lane?
Yeah.
Like, she's a good actress. Her character, though...
Sucks,
because it's just giving her son bad advice and then getting kidnapped.
And the purpose of this movie is to give us the greatest Batman action scene ever.
Yeah. She does more for Bruce Wayne than Batman than she does for her son. It'd be the funniest thing if when he saves her, he's like, "Can you please say your name, Martha?"
Oh, we're getting there to the end.
We are.
Then why did it say we have an hour left? That's crazy.
Well, because okay, so here's the reason we still have an hour left is we still have to have the Bruce not Bruce. We still have to have Lois get captured, then Lois be tossed off a building, then her get saved, and then Superman versus Batman, which then leads into Superman and Batman and Wonder
Finally
Woman
fighting, yeah.
versus Doomsday.
We still got a major setup we need to do. And
And
man, that
then-
suit looks awesome.
And then before she even gets there, she has to watch Wonder Woman has to watch the little teaser trailers for Justice League.
Oh, yes. Okay, never mind. Okay, that makes much more sense now. But literally, this is when we get told Gotham is right across the pond.
Yeah. Well, no, but like the worst thing is that we are reaching the climax of the movie with still an hour and a half left to go in movie.
Hey, where would we be with the Ultimate Cut?
In an hour and a half?
Because that movie's 3 hours.
I
It's
think-
right at 3.
I think we'd be at the bombing of the
The
Senate right now. Gosh, that sounds like such a Star Wars thing.
Right?
They tried to bomb the Senate.
Kill the Jedi. Order 66. I did a rewatch.
Good try.
I have.
Yeah.
I did a rewatch and I was just like, man, so much politics in the prequels.
No, I think the coolest thing in the Star Wars movies to me, as far as the prequels, are that they got the same actor who plays Darth Sidious to play Shmi Palpatine, or She to play Palpatine though. Like in the prequels, you're like, that's so cool. That'd be like if somehow Alex Guinness was still alive and he played Obi-Wan.
That wouldn't ever happen.
That wouldn't happen.
How
Oh,
much
no.
he hated the first one.
Yeah. Plus, he looked kind of a little too old.
Yeah, he is. He was like, I'm an actor.
Which, I mean...
Well, we talked about it during Empire when we had our little commentary.
Yeah. But I would always wonder if, like... Because you don't get that as much anymore. You get, like, really, really renowned British actors to play these roles that you're just like, really? Like, you know, in the 90s, you had Patrick Stewart playing, you know, Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, now the actors, you know. I remember when no one really considered Jean-Luc Picard an actor because you're like, oh, he's in that silly sci-fi show.
But he'd been doing British theater for years at that point in time.
Yeah, he was Caesar.
Yeah. And then, who is it? Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, so... just chucks her off.
He knew Superman was going to save her.
Yeah. Do we have a backup plan?
No, when he catches her.
But no, like, you even look at the DCEU, Jeremy Irons, who used to, you know, he was a very good British actor.
Well, I just love that British actors are playing our superheroes now.
Yeah.
Isn't Henry Cavill British?
I don't know.
I think he is.
I just know that he looks better without a fake mustache or a fake CGI not mustache.
And no one will ever let that go.
It's because there's no reason to let that go. That was the stupidest thing.
I love the bat symbol in the background and how it looks. Because I was just like, it doesn't look like a symbol, it's just a big blue light.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part. Because he's just like, Lex becomes Lex in this scene for me. And he's just like, yeah, come on. He's going through it and he's like, hello, and talking about gods. He calls him his real name.
Yeah.
Well, his adopted Earth name. Because God is tribal. Gods take sides. I don't know. Jesse Eisenberg just he's just brilliant in this. You're just saying.
No, I like it. It's just, I think him getting overhated for this role is stupid. Like, people didn't want Ben Affleck to play Batman, and I would go as far to say he's the best actor in this movie as far as his role to person ratio, essentially. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Let's run through it real quick. Henry Cavill in Man of Steel was an okay Superman, but in this movie he is not a good Superman
at all.
And he's a terrible Clark Kent too.
Yeah.
And then Amy Adams in the first movie is an okay Lois Lane, but in this movie she's not. Like, she's just a really she's just a bad reporter first and foremost.
The tones are different too.
I know. And then Alfred's good, fine. He's just not in it that much. And Jesse Eisenberg is a fine Lex Luthor, but people hate it just because it's different. And that is the problem. Hating something because it's different, not because it's bad. Because Henry Cavill is Superman. It is different than the ones that, with Brandon Roth and Christopher Reeves.
Martha. I love this too, because this is where he's just like, what we do? You know what they do, the witches? They burn them. And he goes on this whole spree, and this right here. And then Superman falls to his knees.
I saw something though that's just, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain.
But then he's just like, God now bends to me.
Now, the dumbest part about Lex's plan in all of this is that he never entertained the idea that Superman would inform Batman of the problem.
Yeah. Well, the best thing too is, like, after this, he's like, okay, I'll go over there. I'm gonna try to talk to him, but Batman's like, no.
Yeah.
It's gonna shoot you.
But okay, so I don't know if I told you this already. We were talking about something about social media and stuff like that a while back. But the Zack Snyder released the reason why Superman didn't use his super hearing to find his mom. And the reason given was he would hear all the problems going on in both cities and feel obligated to save them. Where I'm just like, that's not the tone you get from this Superman.
Not at all.
This Superman in this movie would be like, yeah, person dying, person being raped, person being killed.
Him leveling a city and not even really caring?
Well, no, but he'd be hearing this stuff going on and be like, not my mom, not my mom, not my mom, there's my mom, I'm gonna go save her. Like, he wouldn't care.
Someone's getting raped? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Someone's getting mugged? No, that's not her.
This father and mother are being shot in front of their child in an alley? Nope, don't care.
This is one of the cliches I don't like in movies.
Is
when they show the timer.
Well, okay, so in this movie, it is very stupid. The timer is like the stupidest of stupid. Where at least other ones are like, at this time the doomsday device will go off.
Yeah.
And some movies you're just like, okay, minimum safe distance. Like, the person wants to get far away from the bomb to be able to enjoy their work and watch everyone die. But this movie is seriously just like, why is there a timer in general?
Yeah, and then they keep going back to it too. I have to go to Gotham. Well, that's far. It's right across the lake.
Yeah, I have to go to Gotham. I was just at Gotham. I just came back again. And again. Why do you keep doing that? Just stay over there. Sorry, I'll go now. I came back again, sorry.
God, he's always brooding.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like he goes from brooding, then he goes to like actually smiling in Justice League.
It's not even that. He doesn't even start out smiling in Justice League. He starts out pissed.
Well, I would be too. Because he did make a point in Justice League. He says, "You want me to die? Now you want me to live? Make up your mind."
Well, but Batman was misinformed of the situation. They were both being played by Luthor. Like,
you don't get that from this theatrical cut whatsoever.
No, you don't. You don't. But what I'm saying though is in Justice League, there is there's this sense of like camaraderie between them near the end.
Yeah.
But you're just like, well, yeah, like there should be no lasting grudge between what happened. One, it's not like Batman's the one that killed him. Like, Batman didn't even make the weapon that killed him.
And look how right here we're getting introduced to the other members of the League. He looks like such a douchebag in this like little role right here, you know, with the long hair and a little bit of a mustache.
I don't like the electricity part for Flash's abilities, where you're just like, I oddly enough, pun intended too, they're really flashy. Where like almost every other iteration of Flash, it's just like, oh my gosh, something happened. What happened? I don't know.
Oh, and this is like, oh look, so no one's talking about this?
Like, also, what is he doing under there with the trident?
He was doing something.
No. But in the next movie, or the Quindent, or whatever they call it. But the next movie is where he acquires it.
Yeah, because he goes to Mira.
Yeah, he has to go to Atlantis to get it.
This movie can be a movie all by itself if you don't include it at all into the universe.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that just doesn't make sense going into Justice League.
Exactly. Like, it's really stupid that they're like, hey, you know, and that's the other thing is, watching the trailers for it, not that this was ever any part of the movie, but it seemed like they were going to have Cyborg be human at first.
Well, I thought they were going to infuse the Mother Box into him. They used the technology of the Mother Box, but I was like, this is how you cruise boom tubes.
Mm-hmm. But no, it's because the premise of the Mother Boxes in the movies became completely different, where it used to be a Mother Box was a really common thing on Apocalypse. It's just how you got from point A to point B instantly. But in these movies, they're super powerful. Also, what would he have done if it had been a clear night? That one night in Gotham had just been a clear night finally?
Yeah.
Alfred, order in the clouds. Sir, I don't know how... Order in the clouds.
We have satellites for that.
Look, go to Central City, find Weather Wizard, get his wand, and let's make some clouds.
You killed him. Oh.
Do we still have his wand? You broke it. Damn it.
Can do nothing right.
Remember how cool this scene was in the trailers?
Oh, yeah.
And just, like, at this point, it's like, well, now why are they fighting?
The premise of them fighting is really stupid. But I gotta tell you, seeing that suit that Batman's wearing right now made me very happy. Because I was like, that is ripped right out of the Dark Knight
Returns, you're right.
Returns comics. You know, and it was just like, oh, there's such good little details in this movie, but then you look at the overall production of it. It's just...
So, Superman's stupidity here is, why was he walking away from Batman, or walking towards Batman? And why would you do that? You're just like, I need this guy's help. Boom!
I know, he's not even reasoning with him. Well, he's kind of, but not really. He's like, all right, quick. You keep shooting at me. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, let's be honest, had one, like maybe like 3 of those bullets been laced with a kryptonite tip? Because he still had some kryptonite left over from when he made the spear and when he made the gas. So why not, when he walks up to you that very first time, when he gets in your face, have a kryptonite grenade in your hand?
Yeah, and just go...
And then when those bullets shoot him, he's dead. Like, Superman's pissed here and wants to fight him knowing his mom's life is on the line.
Yeah. I'm like, we're wasting time here, but okay, sure. I remember when they released this clip. I thought it was so cool.
The problem with what they the positive, and this is a credit to DC, but in the stupidest way possible, is whoever makes their trailers is really good at not making the movie come through what it's actually going to be.
Yeah.
Like if
you guys watch the trailer itself, it's like, oh, this is awesome, and you get to see, the little tease, and I remember like the idea of like them getting face to face, like, yeah, I know you, you know me, and this and that. It's pretty awesome, and I love this aspect. He's like, see, I'm smarter than you.
Yeah, he certainly proves a point. Right in the face.
That's fear. Okay, Scarecrow.
You know what would have been awesome, though? Would have been mixing some of the fear toxin into that.
Yeah. That would have been cool. Come on.
Well, it's also, we talked about this with Man of Steel, how at least the rest of the Kryptonians were trained in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm sure Superman has no fighting background.
Well, he's never had somebody actually, like...
On his level?
On his level, and that the fact that Batman took him to Batman's level, that's awesome.
No, it is. Well, it's one of those, like, taking from The Dark Knight Returns. That's a cool scene, but this wears off real fast in these movies.
Yeah.
It's like, you understand that when you breathe something into your lungs, it stays in your system for a while, right?
Yeah. Well, the fact, too, is I do like that little aspect of, like, when he is fighting him, and he starts punching him more and more, then all of a sudden Superman's, like, getting his strength back, he's like, oh, crap.
Well, like, right here, he's like, oh, yeah, that didn't hurt. Huh.
Boom.
But, like, seriously, that lasted for, like, 20 seconds.
Where's the other gas pump? Where's the other gas? Well, he's still feeling the effects to a certain degree.
Not nearly as much. But no, this is the idea of the kryptonite gauntlet that he wears in some of the earlier fights. Like, that would have been so cool if you had that here.
He's like, damn it. Hey.
He said he could kill him in an instant if he wanted to. Why isn't he dead?
I just love that, though. Punch. Okay. Oh. And Batman putting his hand up like, well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cool. But also, the moment that you shot that in his face, you should have loaded your next round.
You shot him again?
Not even shot him again. Just had it ready.
I just like this part. Boop. Oh, damn it!
I'm still a little curious as to why that actually did damage to him. Because, like, he jumped in the air and got hit with it, and then he fell, and he punched him like that as he fell. So, wouldn't it have to be his weight that is heavy enough to do that to the thing, not his force? Because he dropped on him. He didn't fly into him. This battle is taking everything. And the bathroom sink.
He's like,
gosh.
And you go through all this, and then the end result is like, what?
For real.
Because I'm seeing this now, the anticipation of like how much he hates Superman. And the fact that he carries him like this
Yeah.
can easily snap his neck.
I snap your neck, but I'm not like you.
I have morals. But you just kill a bunch of bad guys. Bad guys. Criminals.
Yeah, but, I'm a good guy. Yeah, but you're still a criminal. What crimes have I committed? Being part of the death of thousands?
Leveling a city?
I feel like those are not just normal crimes, those are war crimes.
And he's all, the Avengers contained their battle. Why couldn't you?
The only things that blew up the city were the bad guys in that movie. Why did you have to do it? Why did you have to compare us to them?
No, they didn't. They didn't teach you nothing.
My parents taught me to never bring jewelry out on a big expensive vacation. To not try to punch a criminal as he's trying to pull a gun on you.
That's why my parents lasted longer than you.
But my parents taught me not to walk into a tornado.
Tell me the world only makes sense if you force it to. Kryptonite.
I think that's the tagline for this movie. It only makes sense if you force it to.
Yeah. I would appreciate the poster much more if that was on it.
That helicopter pilot's like, what?
Say what?
And she just hopped out of it. Like, yeah, I'll be back soon. Nope, we're out. What happens if I have important plot-related things I later have to do? Too bad?
You don't matter.
Yeah.
You were never even a man.
You were never even a man. Just next movie, you're just going to be more of a man than I've ever been.
Right?
God, like, the way he says this is so awkward.
Yeah, then, what? Why'd you say that name?
Like, this entire, like, people give this crap for a reason. Like, this isn't just one of those, like, oh, people just don't really understand. You're like, no, this is legitimately stupid.
No, it's like, Martha's the, what?
But what's your dad's name? Thomas. Mine's John!
Yeah. I thought that was brilliant in Teen Titans.
No, that is such a freaking, like, not point out, that's such a different, like, it makes sense. Gosh.
And then it's just like, oh, okay, well, my bad.
No, for real. Like, from this point on, he's just like, well, I'm sorry, you know.
I'm a bit of an ass.
I admit I might have jumped the gun on that.
Why did you say that name? It's his mother's name. What?
How did you know? You were in a different place altogether.
Oh. Well.
Wait, he has a mom named Martha too. He can't be that bad. Actually, my mom's name is Laurel. Just start stabbing the crap out of him.
Stepmoms don't count.
Yeah. Yeah. You know be the best thing though. No. Like what if story. Thomas died. Martha survived somehow, but she couldn't stand the guilt of having outlived Thomas, so she moved to Kansas. Met a nice man named Jonathan. See where I'm going with this?
I see where you're going.
But she's like, I don't want to have any kids anymore because I feel like that's unloyal to my son.
Timer. We got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes in the last 50 minutes we've been watching.
Yeah.
God, what would that be?
Now they're best friends.
Yeah, I know, for real. It's just like, yeah, no, my mom's being attacked by Lex. She's like, Lex? I know that name.
But he could say the most Batman thing here. He's like, I'll find her. Your mom won't die tonight. Why?
Martha won't die tonight. She's already died one night. Wait, what? Nothing. We'll talk about this later.
Puns intended. He changes really quick, too.
Superman or Batman?
Batman.
I have a feeling that what he's wearing is an armor plating over his bat suit. The only thing he has to take on and take off is the cowl.
Yeah, see? Boom. I love the Batcopter in this, though.
Yeah, well, no,
the Batplane.
That I like it too. But that's what pisses me off more is that in the Battle of Metropolis,
he could have just
flown that stupid thing there. You know why he didn't fly it there?
Why?
Because the story required him to, and because it was daytime. I was like, he'll go out in day. That's Bruce Wayne's time.
Okay, wait a minute. She picks up the staff.
Spear.
Staff.
I bring upon you the staff of Raw.
Sorry, Martha. Just automatically like, found her.
just the like his Gatling gun goes firing through the window in a Martha shape. Everyone else in there's just dead, and there's like, should we try? You know, I'd love for Batman to finish this movie being like, I don't kill people. What have you done this entire time? I've just knocked them out.
Those aren't real bullets.
They're rubber bullets. The car really exploded, though. Rubber bullets, not my fault. What kind of rubber are they?
Exploding ones.
They're C4 rubber bullets.
But,
wait, what?
I always thought this was cool too. He's like, out for a takeover.
I mean, I feel like that's just like that's the excuse to not have the stupid Batman and Batman Returns Batmobile where it's like, car, stop. Like when he's just calling the car.
Yeah. Right here, one of the best scenes in the movie.
No,
well, next to the nightmare scene.
I mean, I think this is the best relevant scene in the movie. But, one, the Ultimate Edition does do it better. And two, I think it's the second best Batman breaking into a building scene. Yeah. After that one in Dark Knight.
Just boom through the...
Like, were those explosives or just gun disabling things? Because that guy's an idiot for shooting down there still.
You didn't see him come up through the floor?
I thought it was just a hole that shot out more explosives. Whoosh. He's also like brutal to these guys.
Yeah.
Now, and don't get me wrong, like that's something Batman should do. Shoot a grappling hook through a guy's non-vital organ, or not vital organ, non-vital part of his body. And yep.
Damn. Ooh, I just love the whole boom, boom. Wow, he actually can move more than 5 different ways.
Yeah. But no, with that, I didn't kill him. He dropped his own grenade. And that guy is dead. Like, the movie has blood come out of his head, but, like, even without, that guy is dead.
Oh, I love when someone tries to shoot him in the back of the head. He's like...
I mean, it's still not as funny as when it happens in Iron Man.
Yeah. But, that guy's dead. That guy's dead.
I love that guy, like, his death, he hit the ground so hard, it was pretty much, like, comically overdone.
He pulled the cape. That is smart.
Nobody pulls the cape and lives. You know what'd be fun to do one time is take this scene and
stab a guy.
Yeah, take this scene though and just dub over it as like the things Batman would be saying in this fight, just comically.
Oh man, I just love that scene so much, especially the fact when he gets stabbed, pulls the knife out, and just like
stabs the other guy.
That's what you get. It's a new suit.
And then peekaboo.
That was a little bit of a late reaction, bud.
Yeah. I mean, if you shoot him in the head, won't that stop him?
Yeah.
I mean, we're being showed you're not opposed to just flat out ending someone.
Like, you just literally threw a box at someone's head.
Also, let's start the fire right next to Martha, and I'm sure she'll be fine.
He had it planned.
I do like how his cape is fireproof, but, like, that's something that only one of the movies ever even talks about.
In Batman Forever?
Batman Forever, when, like, it becomes this weird shield sort of thing.
Yeah, when he pushes, like, then he comes out, and Two-Face is all, meow!
Yeah. So, stupid move on her behalf. Like, I don't understand why she does this. Why she's just like, oh, this could kill my boyfriend, let's get rid of it. And you're just like, you're not destroying it.
I just want to know how she knows to go get it again.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Finally, we're getting to the main part of this.
We're getting to the climax of the climax.
There's 2 climaxes.
Yeah.
The fight, which lasted 5 minutes. Now we got to deal with this whole Doomsday thing.
It's
This is at
it's
this point.
for real though. It's stupid that I don't understand what Lex's full plan was here. Like,
Bring back Doomsday.
well, no. But let's put it this way:
Not bring back. Sorry.
create Doomsday.
Create Doomsday.
But let's put it this way: Batman kills Superman. What's Lex doing now? He's like, I was gonna give the Bat a chance to do it, and you're like, well, wait, like, does that mean that if he did do it, you're just creating a super beast for nothing?
I think it was just a backup plan, and he wasn't going to activate him. Hopefully.
But he doesn't activate him, does he? It just comes alive.
Doomsday looks so terrible.
Yeah.
Like a big ogre.
He looks like Snog from the Goonies.
My Doomsday. I remember the trailers too, and I was just like, remember when they showed Doomsday and we're all like, you could have just saved that for a surprise.
Yeah. Well, he also... Okay, so another thing he kind of looks like. He looks like any of the trolls in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. All slimy.
And naked without a penis, though.
And now we're gonna... I don't know. It's just weird that you even just want to introduce Doomsday at this point.
Well,
Because he could have made the fight the climax.
Batman versus Superman.
That's what the movie's called.
Yeah, it could have been that fight, and then when they stop Lex, his plans get foiled.
Yeah.
Like a normal movie does.
Oh, or you could have had Lex take over Superman's mind or Batman's mind, and that's why they fight. That would be a better premise than what they did here.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be hard to be a worse premise than what they have here. No,
I've got a statue.
I've watched a lot of things about this movie, and Batman and Superman in the comic books always have conflicting ideologies. But in these movies, since the DCEU has pretty much been trying to Batman Superman,
Yeah.
they're the same person pretty much. So there's no conflicting thoughts.
My statue.
My statue I didn't ask for. Not another building. I was told if I destroyed 4 more, I was going to be banned from Metropolis.
And I love, too, the fact that it's Batman who's the one who's like, we need to lead him away from the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to give credit to that pilot that he dodged Doomsday jumping at him with a helicopter. Yeah. But, no, it's... See, he doesn't have a penis.
Why is that a problem for you? I don't want to see the Doomsday penis.
We've seen Dr. Manhattan's penis in Watchmen because they're realistic. And that was directed by Zack Snyder, too. I wonder if I
want him to have a penis in this one, and WB's like, what? This is a DC movie, but we're dark and gritty.
Then put it... Okay, so the other let's say, resolution to that issue, since he was in Zod's body, as they are doing the stuff on Zod, put him back in Zod's uniform. Put Zod back in his uniform before you DNA him and have him like rip open the shirt part, but still keep his pants on. Like pull a Hulk.
Yeah. But I found that weird. This little power they gave him.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he can create power surges.
But it's that he gets hit with power enough to transform, and as he transforms, he releases the energy. But I still think it's incredibly stupid.
And she just leaves, and it's like, okay, now we got our Wonder Woman.
Well, we didn't even know who she was, though, at this point. It's like, oh, Miss Prince. Because she doesn't call herself Diana before, I don't think.
No.
Maybe you find out in...
Well, they show you in the trailer. So you already knew she was going to come out as Wonder Woman.
Well, you already saw her in the little mini trailers, too.
Oh, that's a good idea. Send them to space.
I mean, like... like, if it wasn't for the nuke, that would have been a very good idea. It's one of those. This is where we see there's a lack of communication. You know, you just go, Batman. Should we blow this up? No, leave him alone because you're taking care of him. Got it.
I just like automatically this president's like, nuke him. What?
Yeah, at least the World Council in frickin' Avengers took a while to think about it.
Yeah, they were all like, we all have morals. Wait, we can't do that. We can't nuke them. And this one's just like, do it. But Superman's up there. Screw Superman. He's the one that made me.
He has cost us how much in taxpayer money rebuilding that village?
And we built him a statue. Why?
See, if he's okay, so Superman. I'm in Superman's thoughts. I see a nuke coming. I punch him as hard as I can, and I know he's out of the better part of the atmosphere. So what do? I fly back to get out of the range of the nuke. Because it disables him for a good while.
All the radiation, too, that's going to rain down on Metropolis.
No, they got up high enough that it shouldn't be... The fallout shouldn't be that terrible.
No, that would have been amazing. That's how we all create these supervillains. Like, they weren't far enough out. And all this.
So, pretty much like The Flash?
Yeah.
The TV show The Flash?
This is where the Flash TV show starts.
Yeah. No, what was the other one? Friggin' The Dark Knight Rises, though? That was not minimum safe distance for Gotham.
Angelic music. That's not what I remember about that. Yeah, he wasn't far enough out in sea. And if he was, he just killed all the sea life in there.
Yeah. That's why Aquaman comes back in these movies.
Yeah.
I just spent the last 20 years cleaning up, or no, I guess it'd be 12 years cleaning up all of the radiation.
Oh, wait. Now he's looking more like Doomsday.
He does, but it's still stupid. Like...
You know, and that's the thing is, like, the way they introduce Doomsday in the comic books, I like more because it's a mystery.
No, and
he's just this random alien just shows up and just starts destroying everybody.
I mean, better Doomsday situation, Death of Superman. You know.
Yeah. And...
really bad tasted joke, but... Hey, look, they showed Christopher Reeves as Superman again.
Wow. Get a little comment on that from the hater.
If anyone ever watches these.
Oh, they do. They secretly love them.
Yeah.
Growls.
Groans. So something with Superman's heat vision and by default, I guess, Doomsday's, frickin', what was I gonna say? In the comic books, that power super drains their abilities. Like, you know, they have a certain amount of energy that they have, and the laser vision just drains it like crazy. But they don't treat... I don't think I've seen any form of Superman continuity, like movie-wise, even the animated ones, even touch on that fact. That, you know, he has a limited amount of power from the sun when it's night. So at night, if he overuses his heat vision, he can be drained.
Sorry, I was counting... I was listening, but I was listening to... I was counting how many times it says the spear. Because this is the scene my brother rooted for me. And he's like, Spear Alfred, the cursed Kryptonian. We gotta get the spear, because the spear's in Gotham. He said it like 5 times.
Yeah. That's how Lois Lane knows. It's her reporter senses started tingling of...
The spear.
The spear. Why do I keep thinking of the spear?
Well, he healed up pretty damn quick.
He did.
That's
I mean, Doomsday healed up quicker, though.
Yeah.
Evidently, that human DNA being added was all he needed to just tank a nuke. You realize the stupidity of that?
Right, there's the trailer shot.
Yeah.
Like it says, oh shit.
I've dropped the F-bomb twice in this movie so far, so why not follow it with that?
It's such an off-key music too. Like,
It's just why? Why is this her power? And also, recall that hit is exactly what she uses against
Ares.
No. Against the bad guys inside at the beginning of the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Like, remember that explosion for later when she just hits those, like, trying to take out one guy.
Well, that's why we laughed so hard, because, like, everybody's dead. Right here.
Somehow I know to go back. Part of me wonders if that was just an accident, and they're just like, we'll keep it in.
It's good.
It looks like you're panicked.
See, there's a weapon in there that can kill it. They never, that was my biggest problem. Like, wait, what? How did Lois know?
My question is, how did Clark just, or did Superman just say he's Kryptonian?
No.
Because then how does he know he's Kryptonian?
Yeah, he has no idea. That's the biggest plot hole in this movie, especially for Batman.
No, it's not the biggest plot hole in this movie.
No, there's a lot.
There's 1,000 of those in this movie.
I've killed things from other worlds before.
Have you?
No.
Because in the
Wonder
thing
Woman?
we get in Wonder Woman, Ares is still from
Well, you gotta remember
Earth.
too. You gotta remember too. We haven't seen all of that. There's still a big gap of that in between. Cause
Yeah.
we're barely going to the 80s in a second movie for her.
I thought the premise was that she just gave up after 100 years, or she just gave up for 100 years after World War One. Because obviously, if we're jumping to the 80s, World War II happened.
Yeah. This is which war are they going into with the Vietnam or something like that?
Well, no, that would have been the 60s.
The 60s?
80s and early 90s was Operation Desert Storm, I think. That'd be Battle in the Middle East.
I can't get the song out of my head.
I just think it's stupid. Like, I have no problem with Wonder Woman, but the fact that she's pretty much just added in the last 30 minutes as Wonder Woman. Don't get me wrong, she's been here throughout, but she just suddenly shows up as this badass fighter.
We got the Trinity kind of fighting.
We've got two of the Trinity fighting and Batman going poo poo
Poo poo poo poo poo.
Also, that sword is really effective.
Didn't she lose that sword though?
That can't be the same sword.
That would be a cool thing, to get the visual look for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not the God Killer though, or the one that she calls the God Killer.
But it wasn't the God Killer.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
She's the God Killer. So why can't you just? I was like, you just destroyed Ares. You figured out how to.
Yeah, but if that sword can cut through Kryptonian, flesh,
yeah,
that's incredibly powerful. So maybe the next movie will explain where she got it from. I don't know. I don't like the idea of all of her movies being set in the past.
I like it.
She's not Wolverine. That doesn't
Well, Wolverine jumps to the present.
Yeah.
Then it jumps to the future.
Jumps to the past in that one too.
Yeah. So.
But I'm just saying, this would be such a cooler visual if we had any depth behind it.
This scene is just oh. I remember going in and I'm like, okay, we'll see Batman vs Superman. Oh, well, that ended. Well, how are we going to end this? Oh, there's two climaxes in this movie?
But seriously, there's bombs exploding, things going up all the time, and this is what he hears. So no joke, in front of that courthouse, if she'd just gone, Clark, he would have heard her, gone to her, and found out about the plot.
I'd have been like Wonder Woman, where's you going?
Superman! Could use a little help here.
This was just another let's save Lois scene.
Well, no, he also needed the spear, but it just happened to be so lucky that they had those together.
You're always in danger.
Look, Lois, I gotta tell you, I might not make it through this, so I want you to do me a favor. Stop being a reporter, please.
Just stop.
Every time you almost die.
Here's one thing Batman does.
Yeah.
Runs away.
Which, I swear, that was only in there for the visualization from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It's a cool visualization, but not earned.
Let's really think about it. What does Batman contribute to this fight? Especially against Doomsday.
Well, in the end, he kind of does.
With that kryptonite gas?
Well, he also is the one that made the kryptonite spear.
Yeah. So it's always Batman wins. No
So
one else does.
he does more than Wonder Woman does in the final part of this fight.
I find it funny. He's like, I'm going after that spear. Then he's like, oh.
That was not a good idea. You know the funniest thing? She picks it up and throws it back in the water. See, it weakens you. No, I just didn't grab
I
that.
drank the water too when I went in.
Or she throws it and it just shatters on impact. Lois.
That would have made this movie so much better.
Lois, what did you do?
Oh,
I broke it.
It was killing you. I don't care.
Yeah, but we needed it.
Jesus. Destruction, destruction, destruction.
She just seems like kind of turned on by it, honestly.
I know, that's why I like Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Is it Gadot or Gadot?
I think it's Godot or Godot.
Yeah, he cut off his hand.
Yeah, but this is why Wonder Woman contributed less than anyone else in the battle. She gave him that.
And right here's where you're supposed to care. When he's like, I finally figured out the
I love
message.
you. You are my world. And you're just like,
No, Clark, you can't.
It's like, yes, I can. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom. Although if you were my mom, you'd be telling me what not to do. So, you know.
After I get back, you better have a sandwich ready for me.
Hey, Lois, how do I smell right now?
Remember that smell before I...
Remember that smell.
And...
Why are you playing the Star Wars song?
Because I want to get this over with. Because it's just like the premise of this fight is like, okay. And I remember like, are they going to kill him? They're going to kill him, aren't they? Well, alright. Oh, there's Batman contributing.
That's what I'm saying. Is Batman does contribute. He does the gas and he made the kryptonite spear.
From afar.
Keep that thing away from me. I'll get a restraining order against it.
His facial expression sometimes.
It's like he's constipated. Also, I know this doesn't sound as badass, but if he just stabbed him from behind, could have lived.
Yeah. But they needed to kill Superman.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. But
They did not need to kill Superman by any stretch of the imagination. Superman living through this fight and then deciding to start the Justice League after finding out about something like Steppenwolf, like
would have made much more sense. Look, then he's like, I'm gonna kill myself even more.
you're not as hard as you think you are.
You're pretty soft. Ah.
My spear is thicker.
Groaning. Clark.
Wow.
That's why I love subtitles because sometimes
Talk about a climax.
Duke.
And he fell on the spear, which is still glowing inside of him for some reason.
I just remember being like, okay, so you want to build a universe, yeah? Well, why'd you kill Superman?
Yeah.
Well, because we have Doomsday and we have to make it tie into... No!
Again, didn't need Doomsday. Did not need Doomsday. You know who they should have gotten?
Who?
They should have gotten Nuclear Man.
Ooh. With the Lee nails?
With the Leon press-on nails. Yeah.
Just... I've heard of that. It scratches it. Ah!
But no, like... I don't care. I really just don't care that Superman is dead.
What? You have no heart.
I mean, neither does he, but, you know, not making a point about it.
But also, Bat was like, my best friend.
He's the only person who ever cared about me.
What?
As much as I cared about him. Alfred's just like, excuse me, sir, what did you just say?
Nothing, Alfred. We'll talk about it later.
I said as much. You like me a lot more.
And I just remember the music behind it. It's like, we gotta care. Superman died. Zack Snyder took a ballsy move. I'm like, no.
Yeah, he took a ballsy move in making a crappy Superman movie. It's only been done 3 other times.
Well, you know, I tell people, you know, if you go back, everyone craps about Superman Returns. I think that's a far better Superman movie than Man of Steel was. And far better Superman than this Superman in this movie.
Well, and that's the truth of it, though, is that Brandon Roth was a good Superman. He was a crappy Clark Kent.
I didn't mind him as Clark Kent. I actually really liked him as Clark Kent.
He was, in my opinion,
I need to go back and watch it, but...
He just, I don't know. Oh, look, there's crosses in the background. I wonder what that's symbolizing for the 17th gajillion time in these movies.
Religious much?
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
You know, it'd be really the funniest thing
What?
is if this was actually Jesse Eisenberg getting shaved. Like, okay, we're just gonna fake shaving your hair and put it in post, and they start really shaving it. And he's just like, guys, what are you doing?
No,
what are you doing?
I like that prison went to the whole aspect of even just like getting a razor shaving his head. Like I was like, oh, you could have just shaved his head. Like no, we need the visual aspect.
Well, because now he looks like Lex Luthor. Do you remember what was the movie?
Then
Yeah, no, just randomly Clark Kent, who looks exactly like Superman, died that night.
they need to explain it. But where are all these people?
Who are all these people? I closed the IHOP and told him that we were having IHOP at Martha Kent's today because I'm Superman's only friend from Smallville, and I wanted
And he's not
more
even
people.
showed in this movie.
No. Oh no, the picture of Pa Kent. I wonder if he's killing horses in that scene.
Sniffles. How do you explain to everybody, like, okay, why does he have the big gaping hole in his chest? I know he's in a suit,
But that's why you put the suit on him.
but the suit's like this. Is like kind
And
of
you know what the funny thing is though? Like, two parts of it is if they'd left, if Superman had just been like, or if Batman had just been like, I think he gets it partially from our sun. Let's leave him outside in the sun for a while and see if he gets better.
they set up one of those.
They make him a scarecrow. No, they just flat out make him a scarecrow.
Batman's off. You just hear the coffin go dook dook. She's like, "What's going on?" She runs downstairs. Batman's like, "He needs the sun." He got shot with a nuclear thing.
He took a nuke and survived. Come on, this should be nothing.
But that would have been such a cool, like, him bust out of the ground and just, like, that would have been a way cool way to end the movie. Like, he's not dead, but he's like,
It'd be the funniest thing if just Batman's like, I was afraid that what happened with Zod would happen to Clark, so I kind of put some kryptonite in that thing.
in this. I'm like, you guys know Batman and Wonder Woman contributed too, right?
Well, it's not only that. Like, the thing that bothers me about this is what happens in the comics, minus the Justice League is there. This movie doesn't have a Justice League, so there's just like some people that were just protesting Superman are suddenly mourning him now.
Yeah.
And slow-mo.
Lots of slow-mo.
And they're playing bagpipes. Like,
I know.
You understand that that's only supposed to be for people of Scottish descent, right? Like, that's not just a normal...
Maybe Superman represents all of us.
Yeah, red, white, and blue. That's totally all of us.
And I like, too, that they know that coffin's empty.
The pallbearers are just like, man, this guy must have weighed nothing.
Open it.
No, you open it.
Wow, they wasted a lot of money on that coffin.
I know. But you know what the wasted part of it is? That color scheme, the black with silver, that's Superman when he, is supposed to come back. But no. Instead, it's just, good old red, white, and blue. Well, red and yellow and blue.
Dark red, yellow, and blue.
Actually, does this suit have the yellow in it?
Yeah.
It does?
It's a minor mustard. Minor hint of it.
I thought maybe they just got straight with the red and blue. Because they took away his underwear.
Yeah, then I remember that was a big deal with everybody. Like, the underwear's gone. I'm like, does it matter?
It doesn't.
They brought it back, though. In the new Action Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a big deal about it. Superman's got his underwear back. And
Well, but let's be honest. With the reason that Batman gets away with that kind of thing is he has his utility belt. Something around his waist that makes it look like he's wearing pants. It doesn't look like he's wearing a unitard.
Yeah.
With Superman, it just looks like he's wearing a flippin' unitard.
Reminds me of Teen Titans Go. Was when they find Robin's old suit.
Yeah.
These are high-heeled booty shorts.
What's with the elf boots? See, she says, 100 years ago I walked away from mankind. From a century of horrors. So why can there be another movie set in the 80s? Is it going to be Wonder Woman.
Well, that's why this movie's just such a... Like, if you can just be like, okay, here's Man of Steel, and just watch the end of this when Superman dies, then just don't even care about it. Just start with Justice League.
It's gonna be.
That's why I can't tell anybody. Like, you want to be like I want to introduce you to the DCEU. Then you'll get to Justice League. Like, that made no sense, right? Just watch Justice League. Justice League is a far better, like, more enjoyable movie in that aspect because it didn't take itself serious like these ones did.
We're all the protesters.
I know, right?
Like,
now they love him. He's a national treasure.
Is this the one that has that one little phrase? Yeah. If you seek his monument, look around you. Which is actually kind of funny, because you think about it, is that where all the rubble from his monument is?
And it's still there in Justice League. Like, how... Okay, let's think about this. How many years was it between this movie and Justice League?
2? 1?
No. I meant in the time stream wise.
Oh. I don't even know if it was 1.
Yeah.
Because he meets up with him, and then, like, as far as we know, the next thing is him fighting that parademon.
And there's no mid-credit scene for this, right?
Nope.
That's why I felt this should have been.
Yep.
But it's still pretty cool.
Well, it's like Justice League has a mid-credit scene. Or an end-credit scene.
Mm-hmm. Or the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
And we should have our own Justice League. It was like... That's why I like Justice League more. Just because it's like, it's not taking itself serious. It's a fast story. And we get that cool little bit with Lex at the end. And it's just like, I really don't care about BVS and Man of Steel.
Yeah, but it's probably not going to go anywhere is the problem. They're going to be like...
Well, it's like, if you actually really look about it, if you want to just like erase everybody's memory of the DCEU, you could be like, no, the DCEU really started as Wonder Woman. Then you can go on from there.
You know, it'd be funny if it was the DCEU.
Yeah. DC Extended Universe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's just like, then it's going to be weird, though, if they don't address anything in Aquaman. Unless they just make Aquaman its own movie after this point.
Well, I mean, in Justice League even, frickin' Mira looks, like, completely different than she looks in Aquaman.
She has color.
Yeah. She's actually not all dark and gritty and black and... Or not black and white.
I will say, though, I am excited about Aquaman, especially the last trailer where I was like, that's his suit!
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We couldn't have done that weird armor thing, like, at all. Like, it just give me what he looks like, the orange and green.
Mm-hmm.
That's better looking. And it's pops.
But that's sort of supposed to be the point, is that he probably doesn't want to pop in Justice League. But, no, I don't know. I think the, what's it called? I will probably go see Aquaman. It's probably going to go see it. But I'm seeing it with a grain of salt. Like, we're talking about how it's probably going to be just like Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like
in water.
Yeah. With someone who claims the right to the kingdom challenging Arthur for it. Arthur
kicking Arthur out.
Yeah, I was going to say Arthur will probably lose in the beginning and then have to come back and...
They're like, ours is different. Why? Because we didn't let Arthur win in the beginning. Well...
there isn't a blood ritual that chooses who the person is next in line after the king dies. It's just Arthur.
That was a lot of people's problem with that, too.
With Black Panther?
With him winning in the beginning and not earning his king. I was just like, no, I like that. Then he loses it. That's what makes it much more...
What do you mean not earning it? He earned it. He fought against M'Baka.
Yeah, but... I don't know. People... We'll get onto that later, but right here...
So this is such a Bryan Singer thing.
A little bit of a tease.
A little bit of the tease where the dirt starts to rise at the end. Like, it's just like X3, where Magneto at the very, very end is trying to move the thing.
And he's like,
you see just wiggle. And you're just like, but...
we're done.
But why?
And with that, we have reached the end of BVS. So, what did you think, Flix?
I mean, I'm glad it's over, but I feel like watching the Ultimate Edition might have been a little...
More satisfying.
More satisfying. This was just, I don't know, like, the fact that we've seen the full one just makes this one all the more worse. Like, it jumped through probably, like, the first half hour of the movie was at least 10 minutes of the extended scenes that they added. that made the story make more sense. So you just get off with this crappy start in the beginning, and with the amount of times that we were just talking about random crap that had nothing to do with the movie, this is not a good movie.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it 1.5 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough. Man, for what it is, the first time around I liked the movie. But then with more sit-downs and watching and seeing it again and again and again, then us going back to the theatrical version, I gotta say this one's far weaker in aspect. So I give this a 2.
Okay. So, real quick, just because we're not going to actually do the Ultimate Edition, but we know enough about it, what would you give the Ultimate Edition?
The Ultimate Edition will jump up to a 3.5.
Really? You seem to love that movie. So 3.5 out of 10 is kind of real low for you.
Well, going back and looking at the premise of how they stop fighting.
Yeah.
That's what kills it for me. Is it's like, you promised me Batman versus Superman, then you give me 2 climaxes, and at the end, I don't care. There you go.
Okay. So we've reached the end of another Pop-FLIX.
Make sure, if you like this, go to Twitter and follow us at POP-FLIX1.
And subscribe, add comments down below, do whatever. Stay tuned for other fun content coming from us soon.
Also, don't forget to go to cplusstudios.com and to get more from us, join us next time.
And cut.